In Los Angeles, the Colorado Buffaloes from the Big 12 Conference and the Southern California Trojans of the Pac-10 Conference. And the setting is still spectacular. This arena built originally for the 1932 Olympics. It's been whittled and honed and criticized, but retains its place in history. And hello again, everybody. Welcome to college football on ABC Sports. This game between Colorado and Southern California matches philosophies and plans that are very close. And the plan is simply this: stop the running and make these guys, the quarterbacks, the target. For Colorado's Zach Colvin and USC's Carson Palmer. And Tim Brandt, the reason for that is that the basic strength of both these teams is in their defense at this point of the season.
You are absolutely right about that. Both are solid, although distinctively different. Colorado will try to fool you. They'll give you a lot of different looks, where USC just dares you, and they do it with speed. They do have a common denominator. That is, both teams have Butkus Award candidates at linebacker. For Colorado, it's Ja'Shawn Sykes. This guy is 6'3", 230 pounds. He's quick. He is a competitor. He'll hit you in the mouth. He led the nation in forced fumbles a year ago. Now, for USC, of course, they've got Zeke Moreno. We saw him 2 weeks ago. He's 6'3", 245. He's quick enough to get in a hole and make you stop. He is a game changer. Both these guys are terrific.
And now here is something they hope will be a new tradition for the Southern California Trojans home games, as the players mass at the tunnel, coming into the playing surface of the Coliseum. And tonight, linebacker Zeke Moreno will come bursting out of that tunnel, waving that flag, and plant it in the center of the playing field. Well, he's not riding a horse, but it's pretty effective. Now let's go to Times Square Stadium. John Saunders and Terry Boughton.
We'll get you out to your game in just a moment, but first, keeping you up to date, the #1 team in the nation, Nebraska, had to go on the road today to face the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Over the years, the Irish have
tailbacked in this LA Coliseum. Great backs and Heisman Trophy winners like Mike Garrett, Charles White, O.J. Simpson, and Marcus Allen have carved out their legacy on this very same field. Well, tonight, we may see the introduction of the next great back, Colorado's true freshman, Marcus Houston. And I got to tell you, this kid is as impressive on the field as he is off. What a great stage for him to have his coming out party. But he is facing the 6th best defense in the nation. USC held Penn State to 6 total yards on the ground, so he's got a tough task ahead of him. One fashion note: Colorado is sporting the all-white uniforms, something they haven't done since 1957. These uniforms were purchased by the last administration. The kids bugged the coach. He finally said, let's give him a try. Back to you, Keith.
And if they should win the ball game, who knows? You might see him again next week. Marcus Houston has to be very much a part of the Colorado offense, because Cortland Johnson, who started last week and ran for over 100 yards at tailback, is not here. He has a sprained toe. The kickoff goes well back into the end zone, and there will be no return. So, the chilly starting lineup for the Southern California Trojans along the offensive front, a dominant unit 2 weeks ago against Penn State, anchored by center Eric Denman, who's never played any position other than center since his 8th grade team. In the receiving corps, this group has not been heard from much. In 2000, Kelly and Allman remain the principals. Carson Palmer, those, got to deliver it on time. And in the backs, Carson should be a little less rusty this time out and more on time than he was in the opening game. That would help a lot, because Colorado is dedicated to stopping the Trojan rush. Here's the first snap of the ball game. And Palmer rolls it out and throws, and he's got a man, Kareem Kelly, wide open. Kelly is up to about the 26-yard line, and he is knocked out of bounds. Colorado defense. Part of this Colorado team found here in the front 7 on defense. A helpful leather bunch who are very busy. Brady McDonald leads the down guys. In the linebacking core, Ja'Shawn Sykes is the man that flies all over the place and plays football, creating and destroy as they go. In the secondary, here's where the worry is, especially if the safeties have to come up and help against the run. And if Palmer has a good night, there is real estate to be acquired.
Secondary gave up 4 touchdowns a week ago, all over 30 yards.
Little quick pop to the outside to Marcel Amon, who's got track speed, and I mean blazing speed, and he is across midfield and down to the Colorado 45-yard line before Michael Lewis can get a pad on him and knock him out of bounds.
No question what the attack is going to be from USC. They know that Colorado is putting 7, 8, even 9 guys in the box trying to stop the run. USC, on the other hand, knows their secondary is shaky. So high percentage plays, get Carson Palmer in the ball game, get him a rhythm early, high percentage pass, just dink and dunk, and then let him find his own holes against a secondary that's struggling with confidence right now.
Because, Tim, that was a backward pass. It goes in the book as a rush. Gain of 29 yards. Does not go recorded as a pass. This time the ball's handed to Sultan McCullough, and he knifed off the right side and found nobody there, and he fell down. Not much of a hit on him. So the ball is down just inside the 41-yard line, officially the 40, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. Because he had a lot of green grass and daylight in front of him if he'd kept his balance.
When you talk to the USC coaches, as we have this week, they say start solid and build, nuts and bolts, get rid of the butterflies, and they've done that with very high percentage passes. Even though that one was a lateral, they isolated him.
Now look at this. They go to a swinging gate. They throw it out there in a hurry to Almond. Common with 2 blockers in front of him will pick up a 1st down as he pops across the 35 and down to the 32. The Dell Game Solutions now with Paul Hackett relative to the ability to run against Colorado.
Will we be able to actually run the ball? I mean, are we going to be able to defeat the 8-man front? Are we going to be forced to throw the ball? And when we're forced to throw it, are they going to know that we're forced to throw it and therefore make their chest move, if you will?
Well, he's already made his, Keith.
Yep,
he's not forced to throw it. As a matter of fact, he's setting the tempo with these passes, and that will eventually open the run.
Referee Jay Strickert.
5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
I don't know what he called it. I haven't really heard the referee much at all this whole season because they keep cutting in and out, cutting in and out. But it's a penalty that nullifies the play, an illegal formation that had to be the call because they had. When you're going to run a play like that, Tim, you almost have to tell the referee that you're going to do it.
Well, and they had too many men on the line of scrimmage. You can't do that.
Yep. But you warn them. Sometimes they'll flag you for it, and you might not really be terribly wrong. But they didn't apparently talk to them about it. And if they did, they got it wrong anyway. And so the play comes back. And the run here by Sultan McCullough will get down to about the 40-yard line.
Keith, we heard Paul Hackett talk about his game plan. The reason he has formed this game plan is because of what he saw a week ago. Watch this.
The 4 down linemen, which is the base of the Colorado defense, the 3 linebackers, and the interesting thing was the safeties playing in a close proximity to the line of scrimmage.
See, that's a run-stopping defense. 8 guys in the box.
They don't have 8 now. They've got them spread out.
Well, they've done that with the pass.
Now they're going to throw it again, and it goes to the man outside. He turns outside, Matt Nichols, who is going to become, I think, a possession receiver for the Trojans, and they mark him across the 35-yard line, good for a 1st down before Terrence Wood brings him down.
Colorado has to withstand this first punch in the mouth. They're at USC's home. They've got butterflies. They've come across the country. Right now, they're a little bit winded. They've just got to take this shot, stay with their game plan, and everything will eventually work out, but they cannot panic.
Only an hour and 20-minute flight.
Well, they got here yesterday. They was like tourists. I mean, they were just happy to come out here looking at this great venue.
1st down at the 35-yard line.
I'm like a tourist every time I come to this building.
Palmer hands it on reverse to Kareem Kelly. There are 3 Buffaloes waiting for him. The first one missed him. The second 2 got him. He picked up 3 yards.
You know, Keith, we talked about Ja'Shawn Sykes in the beginning of the ball game. He's a linebacker. He's 7. He's 6'3", 230 pounds. This guy moves from sideline to sideline, unlike a lot of linebackers you'll see in this country. He is the guy that made the tackle. He's the one that forced the play back inside. Sykes is right in the middle. You can see him through the line of scrimmage. There's the play action. He's got that. Now reverses his field, goes all the way back. Now watch who makes the tackle. And this is against Kelly, one of the fastest guys. Jumps on his back. There's number 7, Sykes. 2nd
down and 7. Palmer's pass is away on time. Good play. Kelly, 1st down, and he's down to the 20-yard line to the 19. Brought down again by Terrence Wood. So they, for some reason, like going to the left side in this possession, and it's another 1st down.
Carson Palmer in the kickoff classic was not very comfortable. As a matter of fact, he said himself he was rusty. He was throwing late. He was not going through progression. He was leading defensive backs to the receiver. Right now, Keith, he looks extremely comfortable and very confident.
Put it on the 18-yard line for the first down. Buffalo's looking right back into a very bright sun. Sun at the back of the Trojans right now. It'll be gone pretty soon, and we'll be in the gloaming in the Coliseum. Sultan McCullough. That was a pretty nifty little pop and stop, and he got something out of it.
You know, at the kickoff classic, Palmer was rattled by the speed of the game against Penn State. Never found his rhythm. He was rusty. Take a look at this. First possession, he threw late to Allman, too far inside. It was picked off by Jew. Second quarter, 4th and 11. He hesitated. Kelly's out of bounds, late again. Third period now. He underthrows Marcel Allman, throws it to the inside. This ball is also almost picked off and should have been. He finished 10 for 20, 87 yards. Palmer wasn't happy with that. He's worked extremely hard the last 2 weeks, and it's paying off right now.
He looks a lot quicker, a lot more in charge of things. Ball thrown to the end zone. Intercepted. It'll come out to the 20.
Robbie Robinson with the pick, the safety.
Intended for Kareem Kelly. The ball was there. It bounced off Kelly and was picked off. And so the Trojans are turned away after an impressive march down the field. So the Buffaloes will get the football first at their own 20-yard line. Ball game now as they turn the Trojans away. No score in the ball game in the first quarter. Colvin rolls it out. Same kind of a play that USC started the game with. Same kind of result. It is completed. And it goes to the big guy, Javon Green. But here is the play that stopped the Trojans.
Key red zone turnover, but you can't hang this one on Carson Palmer. Instead, it's got to be number 2. This ball is catchable. Should have been caught. Hit off his chest plate, and Robinson picked it off. But the ball was right there perfectly for Kareem Kelly. He just didn't make the catch and finish for the touchdown.
And Colorado has a first down now at their own 40-yard line. Javon Green is 6'2", 200 pounds, and you know he's going to run right at Darryl Rideau, who's only 5'9". Here's the first carry of the ball game for Marcus Houston, the true freshman. And he gets a couple. Chilly starting lineup for the Buffaloes. Along the offensive front, center Andre Giroud, mountain of a man at 6'4", 320. Tackle Victor Rogers, 6'7", 330. Wide receiver Javon Green, number 19, the biggest of the receivers, and tight end Daniel Graham is pretty good too. In the backfield, sophomore quarterback Colvin shakes off a sore elbow to keep his starting job, and number 21, Marcus Houston, gets his first start as a true freshman. Cortland Johnson laid up with a turf toe and sacked. Colvin looking, finally is sacked and goes down at the 36-yard line. It was Ennis Davis, number 99, who made the play. And the tackles, Davis and Nielsen, are the disruptors along the defensive front for Southern California. The defensive ends, I think, have a chance to shine today. Number 25, Lonnie Ford, may be the breakout. Linebackers, Moreno, Steele, and Dickerson, the front 7, like Colorado, the heart of the team. In the secondary, the DBs, Darryl Rideau would tell you the smallest at 5'9", probably a target here. There's double strength, though, and it's an entertaining matchup in the secondary. This ball, oh, what a lick is laid on Marcus Houston by Zeke Moreno. Welcome to the Coliseum, Marcus.
I will tell you this, it's third down and forever for Colorado. So they come out in a spread formation, Keith, and they show all pass. Moreno's not fooled. This guy's a senior. He's experienced. He knows the draw's coming. He just steps up. And how do you do to Marcus Houston?
And the Buffaloes will punt. Jeremy Flores will be kicking, and he kicks into the bright sun. Chris Richard is going to have the sun at his back. It would be very difficult if it was turned around and he was looking into the sun. The snap is a little high, the kick is away, and it's a very, very high-hanging punch. A good kick. And it forces a fair catch by Richard at the Southern California 23-yard line. So here in the first quarter of play, we march along with no score at 7:53 to go. In this ball game in the first quarter, as the Southern California Trojans will get their second possession. The temperature in the 70s, mid-70s probably by now. And low 80s today. Very comfortable weather. So there's no problem with that. The field is firm and fast, and the Trojans line it up in the I formation, double wide, top of the screen. And they come out this time running the ball. Sultan McCullough turns on the track speed, trying for the corner. He gets a yard out of the play, where he's tracked down by Michael Lewis from Richmond, Texas. Colorado lost 3/4 of their defensive secondary to the Sunday Boys after last season. And the three newcomers, Colorado State was held in check quite well, thank you, except for 4 plays. And all 4 of those plays resulted in touchdowns.
You make a great point. When you lose a guy like Ben Kelly to the NFL, that's a huge loss. So guys like Michael Lewis has to pick up the leadership of Kelly and Rashidi Barnes, some quality players.
On 2nd down and 9, Palmer quickly to the sidelines. Kelly makes the first man miss, second man misses, and he picks up a first down. So they're putting Kelly out there in a situation where he can go one-on-one, and he's a tough customer. Terrence Wood couldn't handle him.
Tell you this, Wood, here he is locked on. He's got to close right now. He's got a slow close, gave too much of a cushion. It was an automatic first down. Sykes overruns the play, and they've got to track him down from behind. If they continue to do that and give him that much cushion, he'll have a banner night.
He'll be looking at his hip pocket in a few minutes, too.
You're right. You're right.
3 catches for 35 yards for Kareem Kelly. Carson Palmer back to throw it. Wanted to go deep, nobody there. Pulls it down, now slide, Carson. You're supposed to slide, Carson, when they catch you. He runs out of bounds. That's a fine run by Carson Palmer, who's not a gimme at 6'5", 220 pounds, a sophomore. Robbie Robinson finally got him out of bounds. But the reference to sliding was he was put through sliding camp at the fall training camp. And on a carpet, wet carpet, all the quarterbacks were taught how to get down feet first so you don't take that lick to the head and the shoulders.
Well, certainly everybody in this stadium remembers that broken collarbone a year ago, and they don't want to see that again. But right now, USC has Colorado on its heels, so he took advantage of that. That was a fine run.
27 yards on the play. It's first down. Ball is at the 33-yard line of Colorado. Palmer goes down the line, gives to McCullough. Hole on the left side. Sykes tracks him down. You're right, that Sykes is a busy guy, isn't it? Penalty flags thrown all over the place. Charlie Landrigan, the fullback, was out in front tracking him on the play, but Sykes just goes sidelines to sideline playing football.
You know, I really don't believe he's as quick as Zeke Moreno, but I will tell you this, Keith, he is one of the best competitors I've seen in the game of football, certainly in the last couple of years. He really does. He runs all over the field, and he's got terrific instincts.
This is a face mask call against Colorado, and the extent of the penalty is about to be set here.
Well, I didn't see it, but I've got to believe it's incidental.
Face mask
5
on the
yards.
defense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Yeah.
Still first down.
5 yards, incidental. Here's Sykes chasing him all the way, and when he comes, looks like he came a little bit high with that left hand across the face.
It's a Pac-10 officiating crew. Split crew business has been done in as Gary Barnett, the coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, his second season. He is a very good football coach and a good man. From the 28-yard line. Hand it to McCullough. They're going to eat him up this time. Big old number 99 was sitting right on top of him, and he never cranked up. That was Tyler Brayton into the ball game after missing last week. Next Saturday on ABC's college football regional action, the Michigan Wolverines will be in Pasadena against the UCLA Bruins. 2 great running backs in that ball game, Anthony Thomas and Deshaun Foster. Some of you will see Washington at Colorado, others UNC, that's North Carolina, at Florida State. So follow the road to the Bowl Championship Series at bcsfootball.com. It is 2nd down and 3 for the
quickness. That's all critical, but they can't respect him so much that they play soft. They still have to be aggressive.
So first down from the 22 of Colorado for the Trojans. Single back. Single back gets it. McCullough, great surge by the offensive line, and he gets down to the 15-yard line. I mean, that was a tremendous surge by the offensive front. Only Jason Sykes could penetrate it.
This is what I was just talking about. Their offensive line averages 295 pounds, and for the guys up front for Colorado, not nearly as big. Again, here comes Sykes out of that spot from linebacker. He's moving around, but he's not getting as much help as he needs up front from Jarney and Brannon and Jones and McDonald. Look at this graphic. Wow.
And And we've got 5:15 to play in the first quarter.
But still no points.
Caught short of the line of scrimmage. Spins it back toward the middle of the field, and he's going to be 1 yard short of the line of the first down. That's Sultan McCullough at 180 pounds. Jason Sykes at 230 pounds, and the junior linebacker handled him.
I don't know how long he can keep his motor going at this. I mean, this guy's all over the field. We're seeing a great performance by Sykes, but unfortunately, he's running from sideline to sideline, and he's doing it all himself. He needs some help.
All right, now, do we get the tank formation in here?
Not yet.
No, we got Papadakis, though.
Need about 5 more yards, and you'll see...
third down and a long one. Buffs are coming. Second effort might have done it, but I don't think so. It was Sykes that came in and whacked him. Second effort, and somebody else came to help Sykes, and I don't think he made it.
You know, they don't use Mailo in there in that tank formation, Keith, in short yardage as much as you would think in the open field. More goal line situations once they get down tight.
Newberry coming into the ball game. David Newberry, the place kicker out of Corsicana, Texas, in Southern California now, will go for the first points of the ball game on a field goal try of 30 yards.
So far, Colorado's bend but don't break theory is holding up.
Ohalete will hold it, number 31, and Newberry will hit it. Ooh, snap was high, and he missed it. Snap was high, hold not very good. The Trojans have another great scoring opportunity, and they are turned away for a second time. Joe Boscovich snapped it. And Colorado now growing with confidence. On ABC Sports, brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. By Dell, providing the infrastructure to power your e-business. And National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. Colorado now coming for their second possession, having blunted Southern California twice.
Look at this, Keith. Here's Minardi. He's 6'2". Here's Rideau, 5'9".
Hollowell is only 5'6". That little bitty fellow running around down there. But boy, can he scoop. That pass is thrown over the head of the intended receiver. The Dell Game Solutions now from the Colorado side. Coach Gary Barnett.
We've got to come out and be real focused early on. And I think if we can get it to the fourth quarter, then I like our chances.
Well, confidence is growing every time you stop them. Turn them away when you're looking down the barrel and you get away from it. Makes you feel better all over. This is Marcus Houston. And his first big play in his college career. And I could sit here and talk for an hour about this kid. I mean, really, there's so many things about him that are worth knowing. But you're going to see a lot of him, and there'll be time to tell you the full story. That play went for 26 yards.
You know, Keith, he's got that long stride, but he's got great quickness as well. It doesn't look like he's moving as fast as he is, but once he gets to the outside, you can see Dickerson was cut off. He had contained responsibility and didn't contain. And once Houston got outside, it was a foot race, and he's got great quicks.
His dad and mom, University of Washington folks. All is handed inside. The Colorado Buffalo people, I mean, to a man. Sean Watson, the offensive coordinator, said very clearly the other day that I like my offensive front. We think we can play anybody head up. But if you let them hang around and hang around and hang around, they'll beat you.
It's pretty impressive when they say that, because going into spring ball, the offensive line was one of their priorities. They almost had to rebuild it. Yep. They say right now that front five is as solid as any they've had.
Yep. Second down and 6. Swings it out. There goes Houston. All the way down inside the 25-yard line before Chris Richard can bring him down.
Getting our first look at Marcus Houston. He's been bruised and banged up this week. High school athlete of the year a year ago. tremendous student, which they said he looks, they call him a slasher, but he almost looks like a loper. Gets out there with that long stride.
That one's coming back for a block in the back.
Illegal block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Yardage still results in first down.
You can take those yards away from Colorado, but you cannot take the confidence it gave Houston away from him.
Or the respect that he gained amongst his teammates. Because remember, he is the rookie.
Point well taken.
The football is marked at the Southern California 29-yard line. A 27-yard gain, 10-yard penalty. It's still first down, as Jay Strickett told you. Houston's the deep man. He's got the ball again. Gave a leg, took it away, and slid right up the middle and picked up about 8 yards on the play. Get ready for television's biggest event. Gary Shandling hosting the Emmy Awards live on ABC tomorrow night at 8/7 Central, and it's taking place just over the wall at the Shriners Auditorium. They were blocking off streets and putting up barriers and hammering and nails today, getting ready for it.
A lot of porta-johns out there all up and down the street. I don't know what that means.
Second down and 4. Corbin back, looks, throws, it's tipped incomplete. So that one falls away as Zeke Moreno got a hand on it, and we'll join John Saunders at the Times Square Stadium.
Keith, thanks for the musical intro there on the Burger King update. Auburn against Ole Miss. Deuce McAllister, 25 yards. He rips this one off. 26 career rushing touchdown. That's an Ole Miss record, and they pulled it within a touchdown. Auburn still up 21-14. Keith.
Thank you, John. Well, we had some upsets today, didn't we?
We sure did.
How would you like to eat supper with Lou Holtz tonight?
Wow.
You wouldn't get an word in edgewise. That ball's going to be looped to the corner and incomplete. And a penalty flag is thrown.
I'll tell you why, too. There was a height disadvantage, which we talked about earlier, both with Green and Minardi working against Rideau. Rideau had to work him inside out and had to be physical, banging with him all the way down there.
5'9" for Rideau, number 22 for Southern California, 6'4" for Eric McCready.
See the hands back and forth. He's battling with him. He's trying to keep that inside out, stay in his hip pocket, but by doing that, he's way too physical and taking him out of his route.
On the defense, 15-yard penalty, previous spot, automatic first down.
Folks, that's a matchup you're going to see a lot of tonight. Colorado knows they have an advantage, and they want to take perfect advantage of it.
Well, he may have to make a change after a time and try to get a bigger guy. Chris Cash, who backs him up, is a little bit bigger at 170 pounds, 5'11", a little taller, but he gives away weight. So the Buffaloes are down knocking on the door. Ball will be on the 14-yard line of USC. First down for CU. Houston's got it. He'll get down to about the 11 for 3 yards on the carry. Time remaining first quarter, 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Lost his helmet. I was hoping his head was not in it, and it's not. I mean, he took a heck of a lick, but he pushed that pile another 2 yards. Keith, he's not only fast, he's strong.
He's already been admitted to the business school at CU.
6'2", 205. Boy. Mature beyond his years.
Second down and 7. Still got it. Turns the corner and gets away from the hit. Coming across looking for him was Zeke Moreno, but when the big Texan saw Moreno coming with fire coming out of his helmet hole, he headed for the sideline.
It's a pretty good read by Colvin. He's looking in the end zone and everybody's covered. He sees Moreno, but he's going to take as much as he can and then not give up his body, get out of bounds. Now keep in mind, CU started well last week. They moved the ball at will 8 of the first 11 possessions, but still lost the game. So they're doing well here, but they have to sustain it all 4 quarters.
It's third down and 6 from just outside the 10-yard line. Ball went up, quick throws in a hurry. It's incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Daniel Graham. He had to put some zip on it to get it to Graham because the coverage was there. He hit him in the hands, but he couldn't hang on. And now here comes a chance for Colorado to take the lead with the field goal. Mark Mariscal, a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore who says Tallahassee, Florida is home. Maybe Bobby saw him kick one wide right or something.
Well, he's 1 for 3, but the 2 he missed were 50-plus.
Snap was low. Kick is in the air, and it's partially blocked. And still no score in the game. It was a 28-yard try. Bernard Riley got a piece of it. And Colorado, in its first offensive surge of the ball game, is turned away.
Riley's 6'3". He's got a wingspan of about 6 feet. Not sure the snap was solid again. We've seen bad snaps both ways.
It was Neil Hannafin. He was low.
USC had a high snap, missed a field goal. This one was low, took an extra step. Watch this. Now here comes the snap. It's low. He fumbles that a little bit before he gets up. Kick is low, and then here comes Riley, the big guy. It's tough to kick over. Again, he's 6'3". He got good penetration. Look at this. Actually slid between the 2 blockers and laid out pretty well.
So here come the Trojans from their 20. As Palmer stands up in a hurry, throws quickly to Marcel Almond, and Almond's up at about the 25-yard line and taken down. So that's a pickup of about 5 yards. Donald Strickland, the first man to get there.
Palmer's now 5 for 6, and really should be 6 for 6. Kelly missed one that was right in the chest. That should have been a touchdown.
Of the 44 players on Colorado's 2 deep, 16 of them are from California. And in the 2 deep 22 on the defensive side of the ball, 11 of them are from California. So the quarter's done. We've played one here at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. There is no score in the ball game, and we'll return after this message and the word from our ABC stations. We go to the second quarter, no score at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. He will not get a commercial from me. There are the numbers of the offense in the first quarter.
Oh, I love you, partner. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Blown opportunities. CU had that 1 block field goal in Southern California. 2 interceptions and the missed field goal in the red zone.
And as the Trojans come up on second down, it's 5 to go. As the second quarter begins, and it's Sultan McCullough cutting back and almost got away. Special teams field position. Oh, they have such meaning. Here's what Paul Hackett says.
I think that how your coverage teams operate is huge. You'd like to get a return. You'd like to get a return to change the field position. But if you can keep them pinned down in there, if you can keep them away from getting a big run, you put your defense in such a much more comfortable position.
Both defenses looking pretty good so far in the ball game. Third down and a short yard, and they throw on it and get it. So move the chains, first down for Southern California, and once again, let's join John Saunders.
Keith, well, Florida State and Chris Wenke get it going early against Georgia Tech. Javon Walker just slides past everyone. Wenke unloads it. Would have been pass interference. Hauls it in anyway. Takes it for the touchdown. 63 yards. Pulls up lane. Bump ankle. Being taped moments ago. But Florida State's up 10-0. Keith.
Yeah, that might be a long night for the Jackets. First down at the 34-yard line of Southern California. Carson Palmer back, flushed out of the pocket. Now lets it go over the middle, and it is a short gain on the play. Well, short gain being about 10 yards. The thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at Marcel Almond downfield wide open. And Carson Palmer had no time to get it to him, went instead to his fullback, Charlie Landrigan.
Not a bad play. They dragged the tight end Harris across the middle, and Sykes locked onto him, and then they threw behind him to Lanigan, where Sykes had just vacated the area.
And Almond was over here on the near side having a fit. Throwing the ball.
You know, I think Sykes is disrupting things to the point now where they're trying to avoid him.
Well, Palmer 7 out of 8 for 61 yards and intercept. Sultan McCullough is taken down behind the line of scrimmage by big Justin Bannon, 295-pounder from Fair Oaks, California.
CU runs a 4-3 defensive scheme, but at times it will look like a 3-4, actually a 5-2, because they cheat their linebacker up to the line and they bring their safeties up. They've been using their safeties almost like linebackers.
Put the ball on the 41-yard line. Make it 2nd down and 14 for the Trojans now. You've got 4 wides. Run it up the middle. McCullough. And getting a hand on him with number 34 wearing the white suit. And it takes his feet away from him. That's Andy Peak, junior from Rancho Palos Verdes.
Trying to break tendency. It was a definite passing down, and so they run the draw. Now with 3rd and long, they have to really almost throw here. Well, I'll tell you this, they're going after it. Look at 78 Vandermeer. He's got his hands full, just working loose his hat. I've seen 2 helmets come off already in this ball game, which is rare.
But that big old McDonald, they say that he is the leader of that. Brady McDonald leads that defensive front in Colorado. Carson Palmer throws it, gets something on it, but that's going to be well short of the 1st down. So the Trojans are looking at punt. Antoine Harris made the reception.
Once again, Andy Peak, the linebacker, just trying to keep everybody in front. Now they're giving a big cushion. I think that was a mistake by Southern California. They just didn't throw it long enough. They had to look for that 1st down chain and try to get out there. Bad route.
Mike McGillivray is in to punt, junior from Sierra Madre, California. His first of the night, and that's Roman Hollowell waiting. Roman's a junior out of Denver. He's only 5'6". Once he gets moving around behind those big guys, he's hard to find. He's going to let that go, and it was a good decision. He goes into the end zone. The field down there is quite firm. You didn't figure he was going to be able to spin it and stop it. So at 11:25 to go in the 1st half, we have no score.
It's about the mismatch that Colorado was trying to exploit with number 22. Darryl Rideau is only 5'8.5", almost 5'9", and so now they take him out and they bring in Chris Cash, a junior college transfer, who's a little bit taller at 5'11". But still, the receivers for Colorado are 6'2".
Incidentally, John Minardi, number 2 in white, man in motion right there, was the primary receiver at Santa Margarita High School for Carson Palmer. As a sidearm throw up the side of the field that's incomplete, intended for Javon Green, and that time Chris Richard handled it pretty well. But Minardi caught a lot of passes that Carson Palmer threw in high school. He completed 136 passes, and Minardi caught 70 of them for 19 touchdowns, and tried very hard to get him to come with him to Colorado, but Carson wanted to go to Southern California, so they went separate ways.
Minardi had 3 catches last week, certainly a major part of the game plan here again tonight.
Yeah, not a whole lot there. Ball is up to about the 24-yard line. Troy Polamalu making the tackle. Marcus Steele helping. Now time for the Aflac trivia question. The question is, what famous athlete played quarterback for Colorado the last time the Buffaloes played Southern California, 1964? We'll give you the answer in a little while. You might be surprised. 3rd down and call it 7 for the Buffaloes. They've got 4 wides in the ball game. They throw the man outside number 14. That pass is caught by Cormier. And Cedric Cormier, a junior out of Houston, Texas. Kevin Arbett makes the tackle, but it's enough for a Colorado 1st down.
Got to be impressed with Zach Calden right now. He had only 1 start last year, played behind Machete, only 1 quarter last week. He hung in there as long as he could and zipped a pretty good spiral out there to Cormier. Look at this, waits, now throws, and watch, he gets tagged. He knows the pressure's coming, but he still hangs in the pocket. He was extremely patient to put that ball on a rope for Cormier.
He's out of San Antonio, Texas. Throwing again. A little sidearm action. Goes to Scott Nemeth out of the backfield, the fullback, and he's going to be 2 yards short of the 1st down. Coleman's a pretty good-sized guy himself at 6'4", 215. The man behind him is Bobby Pesavento, 6'5", 230, a junior college fella. He came in relief of Coleman last week when he hurt his elbow and had a very big ball game.
Pesavento had some back muscle spasms this week, missed some practice time. But he's ready to go tonight if they need him. But they're happy with Colvin, and he's playing pretty well right now.
Of course, Gary Barnett's rule very simply is you don't lose your position. Second order because of injury.
That's a good rule to have, too.
On second down and short. Run it over the left side, and it's good for the first down. Move the chains. Monday Night Football, the Patriots and the Jets. At 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Jets opened with a 20-16 win against Green Bay. New England lost to Tampa Bay. And Al, Dan, and Dennis will all convene and have at it in New York City.
Average yards on first down for Colorado, 5.5 yards. Wow.
First down. Rolling deep right. Rolls and looks down the side. Incomplete. Throwing on the run. Could not deliver it to his tight end, Daniel Graham.
I can't tell you how much easier an offensive series becomes if you pick up 4.5 to 6 yards on first down. And that's exactly what Colorado's doing.
You get better than 5 yards or better on first down.
You can open up your playbook.
You will win.
You can do almost anything then. And it puts the defense on its heels because now you're not locked to the run, certainly not locked to a pass.
Coming up on 9 minutes to go in the first half of play. No score in the football game. Buffalo's have the ball. Second down and 10. Another little quick pass. The catch is made, but Polamalu stops Scott Nemeth short of it, right about midfield. Well short of the first down. It'll be third down and 8.
Polamalu never fooled by the play action. He had good coverage all the way. And, of course, they only looked at one receiver. But they are spreading the ball around more. I mean, they go to the fullback here to Nemeth. They've all gone to Minardi and Green, Graham, trying to get everybody involved in the game plan.
Yeah, they threw to 7 receivers in last week's loss to Colorado State. Baldwin back, flushed, and almost tripped. Now they're going to take him down. That's Moreno finally put them on the ground at about midfield, and it'll bring up fourth down and 7 or 8. So they'll have to punt.
Baldwin hurt his elbow a little bit when he was hit, too. But Moreno's not going to let him get away. He'll get away from 1 or 2 tackles. And as you mentioned, Colvin's a big guy at 6'4", 215 pounds. So he's strong. So he can slip a couple of tackles. But when number 9 locks on you, he's like a heat-seeking missile. And he grabs cloth, he'll get you to the ground. But Colvin came up holding that elbow, Keith.
Hannafin's in to snap it. Richard's back to receive it as Jeremy Flores will kick it away. Junior from Willard, Missouri. And Richard's got to look up into that very bright sun, which is sitting right on the rim of the Coliseum. So he's going to look right into it. Play clock is winding. They get it off just in time, and we got a flag. I don't think they got it off.
Well, the coaches were screaming at him to snap the thing.
Well, that's a pretty good kick, though. He killed it on the 2-yard line.
Delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
Unfortunately, no options. They've got to do it again.
And now, rather than being able to pooch it down there inside the 10, Southern California's got a chance for a return.
Chris moves up to the 15-yard line. See him shading his eyes. It's very difficult right now.
Southern California came with the punt block last time. Let's see if they set up the return, set up a wall.
Well, the wide man is peeling back. Both wide men peel back. And Richard comes up on it and gets it. Gets away from the first 2 downfield. But the second wave will take him down at about the 23-yard line. So with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. 40-yard punt, 9-yard return. And the Trojans will have it when we come back. Unusual to have 7.5 minutes to go in the first half of a college football game in today's marketplace and have no score. And yet the offenses have been moving the ball.
We talked about it early, though, about these being very strong defensively, both teams, and they really have, you know, it's a bend but don't break thing. You're right, there have been some big plays.
Papadakis is now the single back for the Trojans as Palmer goes to throw and throws upfield. The pass is caught by Kareem Kelly. Terrence Wood made the stop, and Kelly now with 4 receptions in the ball game for 54 yards.
Scoreless game. Both teams have squandered opportunities. Southern California down in the red zone missed an opportunity for a touchdown, then missed this field goal after a high snap and a lot of pressure. Then here came Colorado, and Flores had his blocked. So both teams have been down in the red zone. not able to capitalize.
And that snap coming on the 42-yard line. Fresh legs in the ball game, and Petros pounds in there for 7 yards. Puts it up on the 48. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
For good numbers by Palmer, 9 for 10. We mentioned before he should be 10 for 10. He threw what should have been a touchdown pass to Kareem Kelly, and it hit his chest plate, bounced off, and was picked off. He looks a lot better than we saw him 2 weeks ago in the Meadowlands against Penn State.
But they got another week off before they get into conference play. They're fretting over that. There's your first down. He likes to pronounce the name Papadakis. Back when his daddy played and I did games, they called him Papadakis.
Yeah, and if Daddy wants Papadakis, it's going to be Papadakis.
46-yard line on the Colorado side of the field now as USC begins to put together an offensive surge. This game has been kind of played in surges so far, but nobody has gone to Hallelujah Land yet. Palmer back, big arm down the middle, got a man. It's first down at the Colorado 20-yard line. Kerry Colbert, a freshman from Oxnard, got in front of Donald Strickland and made the catch.
Talk about being in rhythm. Talk about being sharp. Watch Palmer. He looks to the left, looks to the right. There he goes, and he sees Colbert. Colbert has a step. They're in a zone coverage. He steps up and finds the open area. For a freshman, pretty heady play. Look, he finds the open area in the 2-deep zone, and Palmer has the ball waiting for him. Good play by the freshman to read the defense, then find the open area.
First down for the Trojans. There goes Petros. First guy went over the top and didn't get him, and he's picked up about 7 yards. And here's Todd Harris.
Well, Keith, he may go by Papadakis, but his teammates call him the Greek Diesel. Now, he had a summer job as a waiter and a dancer in his father's Greek restaurant, Papadakis Tavern in San Pedro, California. I got to tell you, if you're looking for a fun time, head on out there. You get just about anything, and the moves you'll see there, almost as good as number 35's on the field. Keith?
Did you get a free meal? Second down. And short 4, and up the middle they go. Big hit by Sykes on Petros.
That's a pretty good collision when you got Petros coming through at 213 pounds, and you got Sykes at 230, and they're hitting at full speed.
He took it inside the 10-yard line to the 9, and it's first down and goal, Southern California.
Watch Colorado now close the gates. They'll try to get 8, 9 guys in the box. They're going to put more pressure on their secondary here and try to do some man, Keith. That's not a good thing for Colorado, but they're going to try to stop the run first inside the 10.
All right, there's your front unit. 5 of them, 2 more behind them, another one up. That's 8, 9 men up there. The ball's thrown to the corner. That could be interference, but it's not flagged. Strickland against Kelly. Strickland sort of rode him off the play.
Yeah, stick all those guys in the box. They're going to go man out there, but Strickland held his own. Boy, this is good coverage by Strickland. You're right. There was a lot of contact. They maybe could have thrown a flag. There's the right hand right there. He's keeping him to the outside. Now he looks back and sees the ball and uses his body to shield it.
Well, I think Carson Palmer locked on to Kelly immediately.
Without a doubt.
Never got off of it. Never
Without
looked
a
the
doubt.
other way at all.
His poorest throw of the night. You're right.
Second down and goal. Run it with McCullough. And McCullough rolled him around with the ball, but there's no call. It's Brayton came up with it, but nothing doing.
Walrus got a pretty good stick. Again, they were jammed in there, forcing the stop.
Now your dime package is coming on the field for Colorado, figuring this one has to be a pass.
Let's see if he was down. There's a hit by Walrus.
Oh, he's down.
Yeah, he was down. No question about it, he was down.
Ball's on the 8-yard line.
Brown can't cause a fumble.
Third down on the 8. Papadakis is back in there. Palmer stands up, throws quickly, and it is touchdown. Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols caught it between 2 defenders and took it in.
That ball could not have been thrown any better. Palmer just put it in there between those two guys. They were trying to bracket him. And great concentration by Nichols to hang on. Here's a former walk-on, but again, they're trying to bracket him. They've got him inside, they've got him outside. Look at this, right between the two defenders. He makes the catch, they knock each other off, and the touchdown by Nichols.
Matt may have to go home and scrub the X off after that one, as it was whistled in. Newberry for the point. And it's good. At 3 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the first half, we finally get a score. Southern California breaks on top 7-0 over Colorado. Regional action. We'll have the Michigan Wolverines against the UCLA Bruins in Pasadena on the Rose Bowl turf. You'll have Washington at Colorado, North Carolina at Florida State. 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Check your local listings. Get all the games on pay-per-view by calling your local cable or satellite company. And see if you can help me talk. Well, never mind. David Bell will kick it off. Roman Hollowell is a young man you saw there. He's that 5'6" speedster from Denver. They run him all the way to the back line. He will not return. College football on ABC, brought to you by Chrysler. We are reinventing the passion for driving. Budweiser, with a crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. Sears and the Sears National Champion Football Trophy. And FedEx. FedEx, be absolutely sure. Another ball game going on tonight involving a Pac-10 Midwest team. Ohio State Buckeyes are in Tucson against Arizona. Vince Reed now lines up in the backfield for the Colorado Buffaloes, and the sophomore out of Yorba Linda hits over the left side and picks up about, well, almost 4 yards on the carry.
Talk about the Pac-10. You mentioned it early, Keith, but that's a huge win for Washington today over Miami.
Well, you know what made it a bigger win than almost anything else that you could think of is the fact that there are about 60 recruits up there.
You're right. You're right. Did you notice as soon as the game ended, too, that sun came out on New Eyes?
Yeah. That play with Hollowell involved on the receiving end will get up to about the 28-yard line, 27. We earlier asked you the Aflac trivia question. What famous athlete played quarterback for Colorado last time these teams met, 1964? The answer is Hale Irwin. Started at quarterback. Next year went to a defensive back full-time, became an all-conference defensive back in the Big 8 Conference, and now you know him as one of the world's finest professional golfers. Vince Reed carries the ball over the left side. He's close, depends on the spot. Ohaleti and Polomalu gang up for the tackle.
Don't think he got it. Polomatu got to him just as he got up near the mark, and they pushed him backwards. Had to get past the 30. He was just short.
4th down, and I mean just a smidgen. They're mulling things.
Well, that was a terrific play. You know, they stood him up. They had the tackle, but he was still going forward, and Polomalu knocked him backwards.
They're going.
And that's dangerous.
They're going.
Very dangerous.
4th down and about 6 inches from just out inside the 30-yard line. Quarterback sneak.
He got it.
Not by much.
He had to get across the 30.
The guy coming up over the top, Timmy, missed him. If the guy coming over the top hits him, he doesn't make it.
Certainly not a high percentage play to go for it deep in your own territory like that.
I'll never forget 1967, I think it was, in the Gator Bowl, Penn State, Florida State. Joe went for it in the middle of the field. They stopped him, and Florida State took the ball, went right down the field, and tied him 17-17. One of the big upsets of the postseason.
That time, Colvin got right on the big butt of Giroud, and just followed him right there and got the 7 inches he needed.
Colvin says that Giroud and Rogers are the hip pockets he likes to get behind. Valvoline halftime 2000 scores and highlights all the action in college football today, and there's been a bunch of it and some big-time surprises.
UCLA playing just over the hill in the Rose Bowl against Fresno State. Fresno State, a quality ball club, went to a bowl last year.
Paul Hackett, who's recruited linemen for the last 2 years, and he's got some young horses around here that I'm telling you, they're just, the potential for this Southern California football team is enormous for next year, particularly, and for this year.
I think the same for the Bruins. I think the same for the Huskies. A lot of young players, a lot of young teams in this conference.
1st and 10 for the Buffaloes, another young team. Don't forget, they took Nebraska to overtime last year before they finally lost it. Javon Green comes out and takes a seat on the sidelines, and Colvin hits him right on the numbers and picks up 8 yards on the play. Marcus Steele, senior linebacker, number 55, made the play for the Trojans.
Green gets out of bounds, and it stops the clock at 1:40 now. They've got to move the chains. They've got to be very aware of that clock.
The Trojans are leading by a score of 7-0. Javon Green shaken on the play, and they gave him some time to quit listening to bells. And
I think he may have landed on the football, Keith, because he was trying to get out of bounds and then got hit from behind and actually went forward on that ball. I hope that's all it is. It's been a fun first half, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, for such a low score. Cedric Cormier is in there at the wideout spot now, replacing Javon Green. Javon's up and about. I heard somebody say that he was looking for 95 tickets because he's from Inglewood, right down the road here. He got a lot of buddies and friends and family and all of that.
You made the point, a lot of California kids on that Buffalo team.
The ball rests at the 38-yard line. We're at 2nd down and 2, 1:40 to play. Southern California leading 7-0.
You know what I like? After that pass-happy attack that Rick Neuheisel had at Colorado, Gary Barnett, he has a good set running back out of the 2 sets there, but he also has a very controlled, high-percentage passing game that's attractive.
Hollowell is the man to the bottom of the picture. Whoa, Colvin almost lost it. Pressure backside, flush him out, and take him down. Ennis Davis gets his 2nd sack of the ball game. Big old tackle. Ennis, number 99, 300-pound senior from Los Angeles.
Clock's moving. Colvin's got to get him in the huddle, get the play, and get him back up.
Timeout.
He almost avoided it. I mean, he almost lost that thing. High snap, good concentration to bring it back down. Now he's just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That was Lonnie Ford, the defensive end, looping to number 25. Davis made the tackle, but Lonnie turned him right back into it.
Now this is the fear snake, the most venomous snake in the world. One bite from him and it's all over. Yo! Oh, no worries, mate. Luckily, we've had the anti-venom sent from America via FedEx. In my line of work, if you're not absolutely sure, you're absolutely dead. Oh, crikey. It appears we've used a different courier who hasn't arrived yet. It's okay because...
Who's going to invent the sequel to the internet? Who'll create the new museums, new treaties, new countries? Who'll create the new wealth? Who'll make art as everyday as coffee shops? And who'll make age irrelevant? Who'll make bridges that feel like music? We don't know their names yet, but we see them every day. USC, University of the 21st Century.
Remember college?
I bet you do.
I bet you do.
Remember the highs, the lows,
the pressure,
the parties?
Are you kidding me? You're gonna risk your hard-earned cash?
Take food off your table? Off your table?
Betting on
18-year-old kids? You might as well.
Throw your money away.
Fool.
Fool.
So watch our games for this kind of
action. This kind of action.
Not this.
Not this.
Because if you're banking on me...
To make your day?
Don't bet on it. Don't bet on it.
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the Bowl Championship Series on ABC.
Let's go!
We're now at 1:24 to play. Paul Hackett talking to his defensive bunch right there. Buffalo's come up with Javon Green back on the field now. They've got 4 wideouts. And they trail 7-0. a little bit here. Let's make it hard for them to hear. Colvin steps back and throws in a hurry for Green, and he almost got away from the defender. He picked up at least 1.5 yards or 2 yards before Chris Cash got some help to make the tackle on it. See, they keep picking on that small corner over there.
It's all right. He moves the chains, and what that does is stop the clock. He gets a good push. Then the ball is thrown to the inside where only Green could get it. That's a great toss. Then the spin in the first. He tries to get out of bounds, but more importantly, it stops the clock.
Colvin throws again underneath. The ball goes to Cormier. And Cormier will make the reception at the 49-yard line in front of Kevin Arbette, getting some help from Moreno. And the clock is rolling now at 1:05. Both teams have two. Colorado has 1 timeout remaining. Inside a minute now. Colvin rolls away from the pressure. He's got Hollowell down there, and he caught it. No, they say no. Now they say no. He curled right back underneath it. Now they've marked it. They do give him the catch. I thought he caught it.
And they'll pick the flag up because it was against Southern California.
Against Southern California.
49 seconds left. This is an impressive drive by Colvin, using every bit of the clock, and in this instance, using every bit of the field. Watch this. He throws back across his body to the middle. Dangerous pass, especially when you're throwing into the safeties. But look at little Roman. Comes over and makes a nice catch. Watch Colvin take a lick after this ball's released there. And I mean, it's way after it was released. That's Marcus Steele came up and gave him a little tattoo.
Stood up, though, and that's why I didn't get a flag. Hollowell's only 5'6" and maybe 160 pounds with a rock in his pocket.
On the defense, half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
They do flag him. They did flag him.
And tag it on at the end of the play.
Yeah. So that's very expensive for Southern California. It takes the football down to the 11-yard line where the Colorado Buffaloes have it. First down. And we've got a timeout with 49 seconds to play in the first half.
We know that leaders are not born, leaders are made. And you are already a leader if you're here, and you have the potential for being even a better leader.
You have the power to create positive change. You should relish the fact that you can make a positive impact.
We have ability. We are athletes. We are amazing. Why? Because Y stands for you are a student athlete, and you are world leaders. You.
Chance, time enough, 49 seconds. They're only 11 yards away from a chance to tie the score at halftime, and they've handled the clock very well, Tim.
Boy, have they ever, Keith. Clock management at its best. They took the timeout when they needed it. They got the first down when they had to have it. They were getting out of bounds. Javon Green, very heady twice, made a catch, and then stepped out of bounds to stop the clock. They knew when they had the first, it would stop the clock. Well, they moved the chain, so they went to no huddle, and Colvin had them at the line, using every second to their advantage. Now they don't have to rush. 49 seconds with a first down in the red zone is a lot of time.
Homer Smith would be proud of him. Homer's last book was on clock management.
Pretty good book, too.
You're right, you're right. And here we go. Trojans ask the crowd to help them a little bit. Don't sit on your hands. Make some noise. Here's Colvin rolling and rolling. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown. Hollowell, the smallest man on the field.
Called him out of bounds, Keith, no good, and I thought he definitely dragged that foot. You only need 1 foot in.
They called him out, did they?
They called him out, and I thought he definitely was down.
Oh, it sure looked like it.
Take another look. First of all, the ball was thrown very well. Then watch Hollowell make the catch. Now look at his foot as it comes back down. You tell me if it hits. That ball is in. That's a catch. That should have been a touchdown.
That's a touchdown by 1.5 yards.
No question about it. His foot was in.
Goodness.
Wow.
Did he not have possession? Let's go back and look again. Here's the play to Colvin. Colvin pitches it outside the bench. Reed's rolled down right about the line of scrimmage.
Now the clock continues to move. They've got to get him back up. No, they did not say anything about possession. He waved him out. They said he was out of the back of the end zone. And if you look at this, I want you to watch his foot. Here's the catch. He brings the ball in. He's got possession. Well, he's got the ball now. He tucks it into his belly. The ball, hey, there is no question that's a touchdown. Clearly a touchdown. Just a bad call. Missed call. Thrown to
the corner.
That's a touchdown.
They haven't signaled yet.
Oh, where's the signal? He had possession before he went out. Wow. They give it to him, but I still haven't seen the signal.
I have not seen anybody raise their arm. But the touchdown will count as Javon Green made the reception behind Chris Richard. And it looks like we're going to go to halftime with two very controversial plays, one in particular, and probably a tie score if Mariscal makes the point. And he flips it up and through. So that's the first touchdown allowed by the Southern California defense in the year 2000.
4 seconds left. Great clock management by Barnett and Colvin. Here comes Green now. Here's the last touchdown they finally gave him. Just takes him in, takes him out. Now watch, he'll bobble this ball. I think this would confuse the officials. All right, the ball's bobbled. There's possession. Drags his feet, no question. That's a touchdown, but still, really didn't see any signals. Now, after the bobble, I want you just to watch his feet. Watch the possession. Possession, feet, stop, drag, touchdown. And there's your signal back up in the top.
One man on the corner of the end zone gave it. Well, the Buffaloes got their touchdown anyway, but it would have been just a shame to have been turned away with no score after the previous play.
4 seconds left. They didn't allow any time for Southern California either. So, I mean, that was a perfect drive.
A 7-7 tie going to the clubhouse at halftime, which means I would think the second half will be spirited. Almond deep. Mariscal to kick it off. Eric Reese is back there with Almond. A squibit to take away the possibility of a big return. Trojans cover it. And 3 seconds remaining on the clock.
Everybody at home is probably saying, watch the Hail Mary. I'm saying I would send Carson Palmer in there and tell him, take a knee and let's take it into the house.
Well, let's see if the audience is right or you're right. Regis, where are you when we need you?
I told you before, I'm not always right, but never in doubt.
The shadows now cover the field, so the second half will be much more comfortable for both teams. And Palmer is going to hand it off. Give it to Sultan McCullough, trying to get to the outside, and the Buffaloes run him down at about the 46-yard line. Medford Moore gets the tackle, and that'll do it for the first half of this football. Somebody loses it, and that's the kind of a thing we got going right here.
Well, we certainly have seen squandered opportunities by both clubs. But, you know, on top of that, we've seen some great defense by both clubs. I think both clubs have really had good games defensively, and as we say, they've missed some opportunities in the red zone. Take a look at the Morgan Stanley Dean Winter first half stats, and you'll see the difference in rushing yards. 123 for Southern California, and a pretty balanced attack for Colorado. 16 runs, 17 passes, where you can see the game plan coming in for SC was run the football, and they've done that.
But that's a lot of yards to have a 7-7 score.
Well, the philosophy for CU has been, you know, bend but don't break, and so far they've gotten away with that philosophy.
Kind of interesting that A.J. Kristoff, who was on Rick Neuheisel's staff over at CU, is sitting over here coaching linebackers for Paul Hackett at Southern California now. But the personnel have changed well enough, and the philosophies are different enough that there's no real contribution to be had from it.
Keep in mind, though, that was a pretty impressive drive by CU there at the end. A good clock management, and Colorado will have the ball first here in the second half.
Well, confidence. Confidence. That was the thing that Gary Barnett said yesterday, that he thought the one thing that might be missing from his team was confidence. So we'll see what we shall see as the ball is hammered by Bell deep into the end zone. No return.
Take a look at the first half highlights. We'll start in the first quarter. Carson Palmer was hot. He hit Kareem Kelly right here perfectly, but Kelly missed it. It was picked off by Robbie Robinson. Then in the second quarter, watch this, to Nichols. His first collegiate touchdown pass. Woods went for the interception, and he slipped in for the touchdown. Zach Colvin brought him back. This looked like a touchdown to Hollowell, but a bad call said he was out. Came right back showing composure, goes to Green. He bobbles it, gets his feet in, touchdown. We're tied. Very good clock management, very good composure by Zach Colvin.
And here we go with the second half of play. Goes to Marcus Houston, cuts it over the right side, and picks up about 7 yards on the carry. David Bell, 7 of his 8 kickoffs in the year 2000 have been into the end zone. Touchbacks. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 for Marcus Houston, who's carried the ball 9 times for 55 yards, averaging better than 6 a pop. And he'll have it one more time, and he's got a first down as he just sort of skates along those low reaching strides, and he's out to the 40-yard line before Frank Strong, the strong safety, can bring him down.
Did you see that cut he made, though? He got past the linemen, got to the linebackers, and I mean just cut on a dime and gave 9 cents change. He's 6'2", but he's got that low center of gravity. Tremendous balance.
Get him just about the line of scrimmage, and let's join Todd Harris.
Thank you, Keith. I talked with USC coach Paul Hackett as he went off the field at halftime. He said he was very happy with his team's performance, especially on the defensive side. He said they only gave up that 1 touchdown in that last series. The offense, no major changes. He said they have been clicking on all cylinders, so you'll see more of the same, but you got to know he is fully aware of Marcus Houston. Back to you.
Right now, he's got to be concerned about his defense because this is a very important possession in how this game goes. Colorado, Colvin back, going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Matt Childers all over him. They're battling for the ball, and it's finally picked up by one of the Trojans. They have not called a whistle. They did not blow the play dead. Troy Polamalu came out of the scramble with it, and there was never a whistle.
Well, they came with a blitz. Marcus Steele and Moreno both came hard. They outnumbered them. They picked up Moreno on the blitz. Nobody picked up Steele. And when he got to Colvin, just stripped the ball loose. Watch this. Here they come now. Now watch 55 coming out of the left hand of your screen. He comes clean. Once he gets a hold of Colvin, then he'll strip the ball out. It's loose. It's gone. And it stayed on the ground, and nobody saw it. And Childress. So Marcus Steele got there first. Childress stripped it. And they've got first down inside the 20.
And Palmer turns and gives to McCullough a huge hole in the middle as McCullough goes inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line where Drew Walrus brings him down.
Well, that's a big defensive play. Just outnumbered him. Picked up Moreno. Could not get Steele. Big turnover, and here they come.
That's the first big play of the year for Matt Childers, too.
Well, Steele was holding him up, and Childers just stripped it.
So put it on the 8-yard line. Make it 2nd down and 2 to go. So the Trojans have taken the ball away from Colorado and taken away their possession and their momentum for the moment as McCullough gets the ball down near the 5-yard line, and they're going to be very close to a first down. If the linesman's mark holds and the ball's put down there, it looks like a first.
Putting a lot of pressure on that Colorado defense to start this second half. You make the short field like this, it's like running downhill, and they move the chains.
Well, they played a short field all day virtually against Penn State because of the defense. And they've got it 1st and goal now on the Colorado 5-yard line.
Colorado now needs one guy to make the stop, the other guy to start grabbing at the football.
To the goal line. Touchdown.
Well, you got to take your heat seeker. Watch what they do to number 7 right here. They take him out of the play, cut him off. Safety can't stop him, and they bullet in. Sykes just runs himself out of the play. Watch. Everything starts to go to the left. He goes to the left. He reads. Now he's cut off, and he can't get back. It's a good running play away from him.
The extra point try by Newberry. The holder is Ohalete. And the kick is good. And so when it looked like Colorado might be cranking up something on the first possession, the Trojans steal the ball from them, take it the other way, and take the lead 14-7. Over of 2,000 for the Buffaloes. Cost them. Trojans take the lead 14-7. Now David Bell will kick it off. Waiting for it is Roman Hollowell. Roman hasn't had a chance to run with that thing much. He had a moment of glory taken away by lack of a call for a touchdown. That's over deep into the end zone. They won't let him come out with that either. So it'll come to the 20, first down.
Well, USC, after the turnover, had good field position. They jammed it down inside the 10. Then here comes McCullough, and McCullough using a lot of power. Gets hit right at the goal line, and then bangs his way in. And look, the ball broke the plane, so that's a touchdown. The key play in that was Matt Childers, who came on the blitz. They picked up Moreno. Childers, number 58, wraps up Colvin. Then you'll see on the left-hand side, it looks like Davis's hand comes in and just pulls the ball out. So that was the turnover that set up McCullough's touchdown.
And the Buffaloes come back to the attack now with Colvin at quarterback. Rolls it out, hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Javon Green. Covering on the play was Chris Richard. And the primary pursuit on the quarterback was Zeke Moreno. Hit him just as he threw.
You know, partner, tonight you've talked a lot about confidence for Colorado, how they needed it, and the shorter the game got, the more that they got. Well, now they've taken another shot to the mouth with McCullough's touchdown, and that just like early on, they can't panic. They've got to stay right in their game plan.
This is Houston. Bouncing to the outside, tackled by Ohalete. Went right down and took his feet away.
Marcus Houston comes in with a lot of pressure in that he's highly touted. They say he's got legend written all over him. That's a lot of pressure for a young guy to come in here, a true freshman. Yeah. But I will tell you this, he is extremely talented. You don't want to analyze him. You want to sit back and admire him. He's got that style almost like an Eric Dickerson, where he's tall, he runs high, but it takes a pretty good lick.
Third down and a long one. He's got the first down, but it's a good play that stopped him. Otherwise, he might have bounced to that sideline and been gone a long time. Ohalete and Polamalu both patrolling that piece of the turf.
Gain of 1 yard. First and 10, Colorado.
Ball is on the 30-yard line. It's a first down for Colorado. Gary Barnett. All Hackett on the other side, matching which behind the line of scrimmage. Contact was made, and there's going to be a little bit of a loss on the play.
Great play by Moreno, who came from behind to really just kind of knock him off course and let Pursuit get there to make the tackle. But Moreno came on a blitz from the backside and really got there quickly. Watch this. Number 9 coming on the blitz, comes right off the pulling guard, and then he knocks him off stride and then lets Pursuit make the tackle. But it was Moreno with the blitz that really slowed him up and knocked him off balance.
Second down and 10 from the 30. Colvin's pass quickly to the sidelines to John Minardi, and Minardi will be knocked out of bounds just across the 40-yard line, and the Buffaloes will move the chains again. First down.
Oh, this offense is capable. I mean, everybody remembers the 7 wins last year and a lot of points and 504 yards against Nebraska when Colorado took the Huskies into overtime. And a lot of those guys are back. This is a more mature offense than we saw a year ago, too.
And we've got a man down on the sidelines. They're tending to a Trojan on the near side. Can't really see who it is yet. 10 minutes and 36 seconds to play in the third quarter. 14-7. Colorado taking the opening kickoff to start the second half after scoring at the close of the first half to tie at 7-7. And then the Trojans stole the ball away from them and went the other way with it. 2 plays stuck it in the end zone to lead 14-7. Here's Todd Harris.
Keith, I'm here with a man who's very familiar to Colorado fans, Rashaan Salaam, winner of the 1994 Heisman Trophy, here checking out maybe your young protege, Marcus Houston. What are your impressions thus far?
I'm very impressed with him. He reminds me a lot of myself when I was young. I mean, long, tall dude, long, great strides, a hard runner, keeps his shoulder pads down. I think he has a very, very bright future.
I got to ask you, you grew up in San Diego, California. How did you get away from the Trojans?
It was a hard one. I went out to Colorado, and I just had a strong feeling out there. I felt that I would have a positive career out there, and I decided to go there.
Hey, we wish you the best of luck, Rashaan.
I appreciate that.
Good luck. Thanks. Keith?
Never forget the game at Texas. played the fourth quarter with a concussion and one of the greatest individual performances I've ever seen. Chris Richard was hurt on the play and is being assisted off the field. That puts Kevin Arbett into the ball game at that cornerback spot.
I like the way he described Houston. Long, tall dude with big strides.
Well, he is. The ball is on the 40-yard line for Colorado now. First down. 14-7. The Trojans have the lead. They pitch it back to Houston again. He's got Rogers in front of him, tries to come back behind him, and the Trojans smelled that early on and overpowered the play. Victor Rogers at 6'7", 330. That's like following a house, or at least an 18-wheeler, but they got in behind it and made the tackle.
Ryan Nielsen assisting with the tackle.
Del Rideau comes back into the ball game, Keith. He's the 5'8.5", 5'9" cornerback. See if Colorado tries to lock him up with one of their taller receivers like Minardi.
Second down, 10.
Top of the screen.
Ball didn't come back. Wide receivers are gone, and the ball did not come back to Colvin, and penalty flags are flying all over the place. Jay Strickich is the referee.
Hey, well, this happens. You know, I played quarterback in high school. I did this myself, lining up under the wrong guy. Look, here's the football. He's behind the guard.
He lined up behind the right guard instead of the center.
5-yard penalty.
It happens.
Still second down.
Justin Bates is saying, hey, wait a minute. What's going on?
Oh, that happens. That's a terrible mental error to make in this ball game, though. Center made a nice play to hold on to the football and just not let it loose.
That's right. Center's a good one, too, Giroud. You'll see him on Sunday.
Not only a good one, but a big one. 6'4", what do you have him, 320?
Yep. Ball is back on the 35-yard line now. We're at second down and 15 for the Buffaloes. 4 wide. Colvin's pass to the sidelines and incomplete.
Pass to take the play.
We invite you to join us tomorrow night here on ABC Television for television's biggest event. Gary Shandling hosting the Emmy Awards. Live on ABC at 8 Eastern, 7 Central Time. Our partner right there with his troops. I rag him every once in a while about being the Lombardi of band leaders. Oh, he works it. Little flip pass to the outside and a missed tackle to the outside as Hollowell will get up across the line of scrimmage and bouncing up and down like a rubber ball, but he didn't get away for the first down.
That's the most bizarre play I've seen in a while. Now, I did that twice in high school. I went to Maryland as a quarterback. I don't think I ever did in college, but it's unusual in a game like this to see him line up under the guard and nobody told him.
Well, it'll follow Zach all of his days.
I'd love to be in that tape room this week.
Jeremy Flores will punt it away, and Kareem Kelly is waiting. No pressure on him. It's a very short kick, however. There'll be no chance for Kelly to return it. Ball takes the Colorado bounce and goes on down to the 20-yard line. There it will expire. And 14-7 score with 8:52 to go. And here's the moment we're talking about. That will follow Zach forever. The pace slowed down just a little bit. Here's the work of Carson Palmer in the first half.
This is not a very risky game plan. He hit 6 different receivers beyond 10 yards. He's got that interception. He was 2 for 2, 41 yards. But if you look at the rest, everything is short yardage. Everything is high percentage, controlled passing attack. And Palmer, he was 11 for 13 in that first half. So you can see it's a well-controlled passing attack, and it's a good game plan.
While the defense is on the field, on the sidelines, Bobby Pesavento is warming up quickly on the sidelines, and it could be we'll see him in the next series for Colorado. Pass is completed to Kareem Kelly. He gets away into the middle of the field, and he's going to pick up a first down for the Trojans at the 40-yard line. So it's a gain on the play of 20 yards.
Well, you have the feeling that the wheels are starting to come off for the Buffaloes, and Carson Palmer just looks like he's getting more and more comfortable. Again, watch this. It's just a 5-step drop, high percentage, short pass. He's got Kelly coming on the inside that catches him in a man defense, and there's no way when he's got that inside that the cornerback's going to have a shot. He was just working inside on Terrence Wood. Now watch this. Just working on the inside. Actually, it's a zone combo, and he works to the inside, finds the open area on a slant.
It's handed off to McCullough. First man, and he goes to the right side for 1 hard yard. This has been the kind of a game we thought it would be. Tenacious, close, good defense. What you get on offense, you pay for. I think the rest of the country is beginning to realize that playing the Pac-10 this year is different. Palmer back, they flush him, and he gets it away anyway, and it's completed to Antoine Harris, the tight end. And that's an advantage of being a big guy. Michael Lewis brought Antoine Harris down, but Carson Palmer is 6'5", 220, and he picked up the receiver.
One of the best young quarterbacks in the country, and buys time, steps up into the pocket, then use that mobility to get outside, but never loses his sight of the field. Now watch Sykes. Sykes has coverage on here, but then he thinks Palmer's running. So he releases the receiver, stops, puts the brakes up to come stop him, and then very calmly, Palmer just throws it over Sykes' head.
And it's first down Trojans at the Colorado 38-yard line. Palmer back throwing again, wanted to go big, pays for it. 2 guys coming in to get him, Brady McDonald and Robbie Robinson.
Brady McDonald.
Never gave him a chance that time. He wanted to go big, but he had no chance to get the ball beat.
McDonald, the most experienced player on the defense with 24 starts, just did a bull rush and just overpowered his guy to get to Palmer.
Second down and 17 now as the ball comes back to the 41-yard line, and that is the first sack of the night by Colorado. You got 4 wides in there for USC. Inside to Tom McCullough, and he's rolled down just inside the 45. Again, Todd Harris.
Well, Keith, there's movement on the Colorado sideline. Bobby Pesavento got up quickly, started working out. I talked to the trainer. There's nothing wrong with Zach Colvin. They just say they might want to shake things up a bit. On the other side of the ball, USC, Chris Richard was taken to the locker room under his own power. Sprained knee. They said his return may be doubtful, so Mr. Rideau may get a busy evening.
Well, Pesavento's got a big arm. Maybe a bigger arm than Colvin.
Sykes comes out, Keith. It's a dime package now. They've got 5, 6 defensive backs for Colorado.
On third down and 16. Ball's away, deep. I'll get you a flag. Marcel Allman is knocked down by Phil Jackson. And that'll be first down, Southern California.
First down, 15 yards.
On third down and 16. It's an automatic first down.
Well, we've seen the defensive backs for Colorado using the right hand, trying to keep their leverage on the wide receiver. Watch this now. Watch the right hand, and it shoves him. Rather than a locator, using the right hand just to feel where that receiver is, he actually pushed him. See the right hand there? Push him aside, and I think part of that was he lost his balance as well. Marcel Allman lost his balance and just fell. That's a big penalty, though. You mentioned they needed 16 for the first.
Yeah. Pass interference on third and 16 is a hard pill to swallow. First down just inside the Colorado 30-yard line. Bit of a hole on the right side of the line, and he's going to pick up the better part, about 6 yards on the carry. So they'll be looking at second down and 4. Monday Night Football, Division rivals, Patriots and the Jets. That'll be at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, here on ABC Sports. And there's the cast. That's almost starting lineup there.
Highly publicized cast.
Second down and 4. Well, that isn't going anywhere. McCullough now is rolled up by Taulealea. Sam Taulealea at 6 feet, 320 pounds, a sophomore from Hawaii.
You know, I would think that would be dangerous to have your hair hanging out of your hat like that, because, I mean, if I'm playing against him, I'm getting a handful of it.
You got that right. I might even bring a firecracker with me.
How are you going to get that onto the field?
I don't know. I would think it to be a dangerous thing, but I guess not. Malifo McKenzie is in the backfield now, and he's having hamstring trouble this season, but they throw the ball to the outside, and the pass is incomplete. Phil Jackson defending on the play against Almond. This time, Phil wins the battle.
That's right. It was Phil Jackson who was called with the pass interference on 3rd and 16.
But they didn't do much with that break they got on the pass interference call. They wind up with 4th down and 8.
I'm going to tell you what, Jackson again is lucky not to get a flag there. He had a handful of jersey and was pulling him from behind.
So here's David Newberry on the field, taking a deep breath. Boscovich will snap it. Ohalete will hold it. Newberry will try to kick it 45 yards. Low line drive. No, missed it. Left. So he pulled it out of the frame at 4:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's USC 14 and Colorado 7. Colorado will come out for the first time tonight, a possession beyond their 20-yard line. This one is at their 27. They've got a new quarterback in there, Bobby Pasavento, who had 20 out of 31 last week against Colorado State for 250 yards. He's got a big arm. He goes immediately down the left sidelines, overthrows the football a little bit. It'll go as an incomplete pass. They're using Green again to pick on Rideau.
No question about that. And again, I know it sounds redundant, but it's 6'2", working against 5'9.5". This guy right here is pretty mobile, too. A little bit different delivery than we saw from Colvin. He'll actually bring it out at times, and he'll have a sidearm type effect. But he's a pretty interesting quarterback. As you mentioned, he had a pretty good week last week, although he was sacked 3 times. Junior college guy from Fort Scott Community College in Kansas.
2nd down and 10. Trying to change gears. Looking for something to break this game a little bit. Marcus Houston is trying. Wow. You're looking at a baby, folks. I mean, he's still growing. And they can't get him down. Got 110 yards in the ball game tonight.
You talk about a true freshman in his first big-time college start. And look at this. He gives you the juke. He gives you the limp leg. Now he gives you the strength and pull away. He avoids a tackle there. He's tall. He's got a low center of gravity when he needs it. But he's got that deceptive speed. 7 yards a carry.
Got it again. This time they get some pads on him and bring him down. Number 30 took him on the head up and got the tackle on him. That would be Kevin Arbett.
Yesterday, Keith and I had the opportunity, along with Todd Harris, to sit down and talk to Marcus Houston, and he is a very intelligent, insightful young guy. He's been involved in a lot of things in life outside of football, and certainly he's mature beyond his years.
Well, he's got the biggest credential list of any freshman in the press guide in the history of University of Colorado. That ball is thrown right on the money by Pesavento. The pass is completed to the big tight end Graham, and it's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Keith, you want to shake up, you bring in a new quarterback. You said you're trying to get things jump-started, and boy, did Pesavento do it that time with the help of Marcus Houston. And then they go to Daniel Graham, who had 6 catches last week, but Pesavento comes in and gives him a little spark.
That's the first time Graham has caught the ball tonight. They've thrown it to him a couple of times, but this one is a big catch, and he made something out of it.
Well, he just dragged across the middle from the left side. He goes all the way across to the right. Then he breaks that tackle, and you mentioned he's a big guy. He's 240 pounds.
O'Halady at 225 didn't bring him down. He shook him off and just kept on trucking. And Mariscal for the point. 4 plays, 73 yards, less than a minute to do it, and we're all even at 14.
Say his first touch tonight, and it is, but he was figuring big in their game plan. Just Southern California took it away from him because he had 6 catches last week. They knew they were going to try to go to him, so they stopped.
College football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Mazda. Mazda, get in, be moved. Chili's, I want my Chili's baby back ribs only at Chili's. Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, move your money, get well connected. And Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. Well, now, we might be here till Tuesday. The way these teams are playing each other, they mirror each other in many ways.
What a great old place to play football, to watch football, to be a part of football, the LA Coliseum.
Acevedo came into the ball game last week for the Buffaloes and stirred up things considerably, scoring 24 unanswered points, I think it was, or something like that. And he's cranked them up again. So let's see what we have here. Marcel Alman, Eric Reese waiting for it. Reese is the man over there, picks it up finally, and is looking for the 20. He won't get there. Buffaloes come downfield and cover him in a hurry. They'll give him the 17-yard line. Drew Walrus made the tackle.
Well, Graham got the touchdown, and it was a terrific run. But I have to tell you, that whole thing was set up by Marcus Houston's run, and the freshman really, he kind of set the tempo for this entire drive. And again, it was a power run through the middle, but once he got outside, he started to lope, used some of that speed, gave him a limp leg. And look at this. I mean, he is just a very talented guy who has a multitude of talents because, I mean, he shows you the speed, he shows you the power, he shows you the versatility.
But the other side of him is even more interesting. From the 17-yard line, they'll try the right side, get it out to the 21. That's Sultan McCullough. I think Kennedy Polo's done a pretty good sales job on Sultan about running in the cracks and enjoying it. So this Buffalo bunch is getting kind of belligerent. 21 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown for McCullough so far in the ball game. They're the 3 guys right there that made that last touchdown happen. Acevedo, Houston, and Graham. Look at the penetration on this play. Allowing in is Justin Bannon for his second big tackle of the night, and that's a loss all the way back to the original line of scrimmage of the 17.
I want to make this point again. This is not a big defensive line for Colorado. So positioning, leverage, quickness is critical. And you watched all these guys on the down line. Jones, Bannon, Jarney, McDonald. They're very heady players. They'll position themselves against the big guys and use the crease.
Third down and 10 for the Trojans. Palmer's passes away, and he has a man open. It is Matt Nichols, the man who caught the touchdown pass. And Matt Nichols, a possession kind of guy, goes and gets it in front of Terrence Wood and moved the chains. First down, Trojan. Matt Nichols has pretty good bulk on him. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. And he can get in front of some of the corners and block them out of there and make that kind of a play. From the 30. That should cost the Trojans 5.
Antoine Harris had the wrong snap count and jumped across the line from Southern California, so it'll against the
Dead
Trojans.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Look at this. Dell Game Solutions, they wanted to keep it even until the fourth quarter, making an even game shortened, and they said, you put us in that position and we'll be okay. Well, there they are. 1:44 left in the third, and we're tied.
pressure because he stepped back inside, and there was a blitzing corner, Phil Jackson, to get him. So Phil Jackson now is very much involved in what's going on in this football game as he decks Palmer all the way back on the 17-yard line, and they've got to go all the way to the 40 to get a first down.
We've been calling his name a lot. He had that pass interference, and he had another good defensive play, and now he makes the sack here. Here's another good-looking youngster. He's only a redshirt freshman.
So it's second and very long as Marcel Almond and Kareem Kelly both come to the bottom of the picture. And they hand it off into the middle. And McCullough will get it up to about the 24-yard line. Next Saturday at 7:30 Eastern and 4:30 Pacific on ESPN from Jordan-Hare Stadium, the loveliest village of the plains. It'll be the LSU Tigers and the Auburn Tigers. A lot of snarly stuff going on in that one. Old SEC war. War damn Eagle. From the 24.
I love you.
3rd and 16. Palmer with time now. And he's got nobody to throw it to, and finally dumps it. And now there's a penalty flag. Now there's a penalty flag thrown on the sideline where the quarterback was.
Well, I don't know. They're going to call a late hit on this, and he held that ball to the last minute. It's going to be a personal foul. Oh, no, it's against... See, there was no way that could have been a late hit. I thought he was going to call the late hit, and there's no way because Palmer held on to it. Watch this now. Palmer buying time. Here comes the guys. The pursuit is still not giving up. He still has the ball. There's no way that's a late hit.
Receiver downfield on the offense. Penalty is refused. 4th down.
Ineligible man downfield, so it was not a personal sort of a thing at all.
I just got antsy. They throw too many of those at the defensive guys.
Trojans may be shooting themselves in the foot here. That's a low kick. There's a little bit of room here for Hollowell. He's out to the 42-yard line. And that's pretty good field position for this possession for Colorado. The quarter is over. 47-yard punt, 13-yard retain. And we're still tied at 14. Back at... Well, life's getting a little crunchy now for the home folks here as Colorado owns the football. First down at the 41-yard line, their side. And Pesavento, the quarterback, tiptoes out of bounds just beyond the line of scrimmage. He looked downfield on the rollout, couldn't find anybody to throw it to, and just put it down and took it out.
You know, he actually lost yardage on that, Keith, and with the new rule, he could have just thrown it away and not lost anything. Could have been right back at the line of scrimmage.
Lost a yard, actually more than that, really close to 2.
That's a new rule that he should know.
They don't think about it, you know. They're competing, they're out there and this and that. They said, well, once you get 5 yards off the line from the snap of the ball, you can throw it anywhere you want, including it to your granddad. Whoa! A spinning takedown of Marcus Houston by Marcus Steele.
Take a look at this again. This is a Marcus Steele being extremely physical. Came back from that shoulder surgery, 6'3", 220. Watch this. Grabs him high. He's got him by the pads. Just spins him completely around.
3rd down and 11 for Colorado. Oh, he got away from a sack. Now they get him still behind the line of scrimmage. So the Trojan defense, the front 7 rose up. The guys in the secondary did their job. They took away his looks, made him wait, and the big guys up front register their 5th sack.
Huge defensive stand. Big play on 3rd down by the Trojans. You could feel the ball game starting to get away from them, but they were relentless. They just stayed after him. They lost him back here, but watch this. Pursuit from each side. Everybody converges on it. Moreno gets there as well. There's Childers. Great play on 3rd down to stop what was really turning into momentum.
First contact was Marcus Steele again. He's beginning to step up the pace. Flores in the punt. Kelly waiting. Penalty flag. The kick is away. It's a high hanger. Kelly comes up. He runs into one of his own men, it looked like, and lost his footing, but there's a flag back up here where it was punted. Ball rolls dead down at the 11-yard line.
Everybody was moving before the ball was snapped. We'll see who was moving first. We may have to repunt this.
They jumped up. 43 balls.
I'll give you one. My impression of this, though, Jay Strickert is shuffling the cards before he makes his decision. I like that. Looking for the right one. It's a hold against Southern California. It's an offside against Southern California. Let's see. That's not enough for a first down, either one of them, is it? Hold is a hold. Give you a hold. Gives you
no, but
automatic.
The offsides has to be first. So now they're going to have their choice.
They're going to take the hold call.
He'll look over to Gary and say, hey, Gary, what do you want me to do here, Coach?
They've got him pinned up back on the 15-yard line. That's where the ball is resting now. And the referee is waiting for him to make up their mind.
I'd make him repunt.
There were two penalties on the play. Offside on the defense is refused. Holding on the defense. Penalty to be enforced 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat fourth down.
So they take the 10-yard penalty and repeat fourth down because it's not a first down. See, it's fourth down and 13, 14.
I mean, you know, punters aren't used to a lot of contact. This is what they used to call the whirlwind. You know, you take the punter and you make sure you get him out of the play completely.
Well, actually, it's a pretty good kick. They had him back there on the 15-yard line. And now it's up to Flores after being rolled around some on the rug or on the ground. Had his ears boxed a little bit to see whether or not he can kick it that far again. But Kareem Kelly ran into one of his own people down there a while ago and couldn't get to the ball. And now Flores is going to move up and kick it from about his own 35-yard line.
But with that yardage, see, Gary ought to make a punt it again and try to pooch it inside the 10. He's up on midfield now. The snap. The ball is up on midfield.
He's going to hit it up around the 37 now as he creeps up a couple of feet. Going to throw it. There's the first down. So Ronnie Robinson, number 9, a defensive back, set up on the kick coverage team, makes the reception and hauls it down the field, and bingo.
Bingo is right. Jeremy Flores, who, as you said, got his ears boxed, got revenge. Now watch this. I mean, it's perfect. And here comes the punt block. He just pulls up and gets his revenge this way. So, all right, I'll throw over top of you. Called play, well thrown, well executed, protect the ball. Nicely done.
It's first down at the 26-yard line. 26-yard line.
He's saying, you can whirlwind me all you want. Box my ears. I got you.
This is Houston, hit at the line of scrimmage, knocked backwards. Here's another penalty flag. So let's see about this. Yesterday, talking to Gary Barnett, and it's a holding call against Colorado, so they hurt themselves. I asked him at this point now in your second year at Colorado, what kind of a coach have you become from Northwestern to Colorado and so on? And this is what he said.
I think through my exposure now to this West Coast offense, that it's the perfect combination, playing defense, running this offense, and gambling a little bit. That's what I really like.
Well, you just saw the gambling side.
A lot of times on defense, you can feel if a team is in position for a fake punt because of field position. But that time, you're looking, the ball's at midfield. He's standing back at the 37. You think that's one heck of a gamble. Well, he says he likes to gamble. He did certainly that time, and it was against the odds. But it paid off.
That's a 12-yard penalty to make it first down and 22. Penalty from the spot. Ball is handed back to Marcus Houston, and he runs it down to the 32-yard line, and we're off to Times Square Stadium with John.
Thanks, Heath. The Burger King play of the day was Wisconsin against Oregon, and Michael Bennett is going to make people forget Ron Day. Now he's in New York. 75 yards on this touchdown run. Also had one of 50 and busted one for 83 yards inside the one. 28 carries, 290 yards. That's a career high and 2 touchdowns. Wisconsin wins, by the way.
If they ever get all their people to play, those might be pretty good. I still think they can be the team to beat in the Big Ten. Michigan looks awful good so far. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
You talk about being overwhelmed. That's Marcus Steele again. He just blew him away.
He guessed on the count. He guessed on the count. Watch how he gets a running start on this play and actually just hits the crease and nobody touches him. Here he comes right here and he's running up. Watch. He's running up. Nobody gets him. He's by it. He guesses the count correctly. Gets by the center road. Nobody gets a hand on him. He makes the sack. Almost like he knew what the play was.
And the ball now rests on the 37-yard line where it is 3rd down and 21. 14-14 tie with 10:55 to play in the game. Acevedo gets a roll, lost his balance and fell down. Abdul Shaheed was the man that came pouring through to make the play.
I'm not sure it was a play. I think they called delay of game on him.
They might have.
I don't think they got the play off in time.
Snap, delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, previous spot, still 3rd down.
Thereh no option on that. That's the ball is dead when that call is made. So, but still, Abdul Shaheed made a good play and got his name called. And Mama feels good.
How to take care of Mama.
Trojan defense getting pretty horsey right about here. 3rd down and 26 to go now.
Watch for a screen or a draw or something underneath the linebacker.
They run a draw. And Houston is just clobbered. Number 30, Kevin Arbett. Flashing in to lock the legs of the young freshman Houston. And now Colorado will come back in with Flores. This time, I bet you he punts.
Pretty good guess, but I'll tell you this, it's better field position here for a fake than it was where they were before.
You're right, yes. Got to get a man off the field in a hurry, and they just make it.
Delay of game again. Keith didn't get it off in time. That won't hurt him there.
Flag was thrown by
offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Back judge way across the way. So that'll back him up another 5. At the conclusion of the game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team. Chevrolet making a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. 9:46 to play in the ball game. It is now 4th down and 32.
Ball, delay of game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Not sure what anybody knew what to expect after Colorado lost to Colorado State last week, 28-24, but this is a pretty solid young football team.
Kicks away, no flags this time, very high, not very long. Oh, here's another penalty flag.
That's going to be against Minardi for coming in the halo. He encroached the 2-yard area. Didn't give the guy room to catch the punt.
That's been pretty good adventure back there for Kelly lately.
The 2-yard belt on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty for the foul. 1st down.
So that'll get USC, the football, up around the 26-yard line. And it's been a frustrating few minutes here for Gary Barnett. Pac-10 football today, a huge win up in the Northwest for the Washington Huskies. A close loss for the Oregon Ducks to Wisconsin as the Badgers are trying to survive this penalty laden in the first 3 weeks. Pac-10 is 9-1 so far on the season against non-conference competition. The ball is thrown to the outside to Kareem Kelly, number 2, and tackled by Donald Strickland. He's close to his first down. They may want to bring the chains on for that. UCLA and Fresno are having a bit of a scuffle. Ohio State and Tucson against Arizona tonight. California beat Utah today. And the Oregon Ducks were moving the ball and going down the field until Fletcher picked up a pass to save it for Wisconsin. Stanford and San Jose are playing tonight. I guess I'm rambling around here and getting to the point that the Pac-10 is not easy this year. All of the hullabaloo about them seeking redemption, I think they've made their point.
Fresno State catching UCLA at a great time, right between Alabama and Michigan, and that's the Fresno State Bowl team that has everybody back.
65,153 in the Coliseum tonight as the ball goes to Sultan McCullough. And now again we go to Times Square Stadium. John Saunders.
And Keith, we hope you're sitting down because Florida State, number 2 in the nation. This is Joe Burns from 8 yards out. That's for the touchdown. They go for the 2-point conversion, and Godsey finds Kerry Watkins. It is good, and a 3-point lead for Georgia Tech. The last 6 possessions for Florida State have turned up nothing. They trail by 3. Keith.
How about that?
I will tell you, George O'Leary can coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach. 40-yard line. McCullough taken down by Tyler Brayton. Made the hit on him right on the 40, a little gain of about 1.5 yards.
One of the best things George O'Leary's done at Georgia Tech is held on to Ralph Breachin, his offensive coordinator, when a lot of people wanted him as a head coach.
Well, teams this time of the year want to read their press clippings sometimes. Look what happened to Georgia down in South Carolina today.
And UCLA better watch out with 5 minutes left in that game and leading by 2 against
This
Fresno
one is
State.
a 14-14 tie right here. And it's been a struggle. Second down and 9. Palmer stands up, throws quickly. Ball caught by Almond, and he's short of the first down. So it'll be 3rd down and short. He caught the ball right in front of Phil Jackson.
It's a great changeup by Paul Hackett. He had gotten away from his game plan a little bit in the 3rd quarter, but comes back now, spreading the field, which thins out the defense for Colorado, and he's going back to the short, controlled passing attack. Here's a great slant pattern he throws in. That's hard to stop. And Allman is one of the best at this, using his body to shield the defender from the ball. But you saw they came out and they started this drive with an ace formation. Nobody in the backfield but Palmer. They spread it all the way across the field, which took a lot of guys on that defensive side out of the box.
3rd down and 1. Run for it and get it. McCullough pounds his way down to the 39-yard line of Colorado before Drew Walrus finally brings him down.
Spread him across the field, then throw the slants. Now come back with McCullough and run the football. Tight formation, and McCullough now using a lot of power. Watch him get low, watch him hit, and watch him keep his legs under him. Bam! And then just keep those legs driving for the extra yards. Great run by McCullough. Terrific play calling by Southern California.
26 carries, 89 yards in the ball game tonight with a touchdown. UCLA has beaten Fresno State. On 1st down and 10, they go back to McCullough. They're trying to bang on Colorado here, but the Buffaloes will have none of it. This is a good defensive football team. I don't think you can blow them off the rock. There's your final in the Rose Bowl, with the Bruins winning 24-21.
Wow.
I tell you what, Fresno State and San Diego State, I mean, they hitch up their britches when they come down and play these Pac-10 teams.
You don't have to sell me on that. I know that. That Fresno State gave UCLA a heck of a ball game last year, had everybody back after going to the bowl. You knew they were going to give UCLA all they could handle.
Bruins get Michigan next week. 2nd down and 9. Palmer again, a quick little pop, and it is caught. He drilled this one into Kelly, and Kelly will be down at about the 32-yard line. Next Saturday, the Michigan Wolverines and their big running back Anthony Thomas will be at the Rose Bowl to take on Deshaun Foster and the Bruins. Some of you will see Washington at Colorado, and that'll be another war. Or some of you will see North Carolina at Florida State, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. I'm glad I don't have to play Florida State if they should lose tonight next week.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that UCLA-Michigan game. That's going to be a terrific game.
Great ball game. 3rd down and 2. McCullough searching for it. Penalty flag. Got a hold coming up, I think, on the Trojans.
Flag certainly was thrown in that area where they normally call a hold, and it is.
Time remaining in the game is now just 5 minutes and 19 seconds, and it's a 14-14 tie.
Good call, Coach Jackson.
Well, you're getting down here where you can have the image of the opportunity to take the lead, at least on a field goal late in the game.
Holding.
Not doing
on the
this.
Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 3rd down.
And that spot of the foul is going to be more than 10 yards. It's going to be 12-14.
Here, Landrigan getting a hold. See the fullback right there. He's got his arms outside the shoulder pads. Actually tries to wrap him, number 28.
That's a 13-yard penalty, Tim, so it's going to be 3rd and 16.
See the linesman threw the flag right at Landrigan.
Yep.
Almost hit him in the back. Keith, this is a team that really had so many penalties last year, 125 of them, and most of the time they were in critical situations.
3rd and 16 for Southern California at the Colorado 45-yard line now. Pressure coming. Palmer's pass is away. It's completed to McKenzie, the tailback. And McKenzie is taken down inside the 35 at the 34. But that's going to be at least 4 yards short of the 1st down. Anwan Jones was the Buffalo that got the pressure on Palmer and made him to take the short man.
4:35 to play. I don't think I would punt down here, Keith. I don't think I would punt. I think I would try to go for it.
Time permitting, stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report, scores and highlights from around the country. Right now, time is out on the field. 4:32 to play. 14-14 tie.
This makes sense.
Southern California is going to go for it. McKenzie is the tailback. That means McCullough is either banged up or winded. And it is 4th down and a long 4. And timeout charge to Colorado.
They only had 10 men on the field.
10 men on the field.
Needed to get that 11th guy out there.
And so that'll give Paul Hackett and his people some more time to ponder, think about what they might like to do. That might be a big mistake for the Buffaloes. Takes away. On the snap, Carson Palmer going for it on 4th and long 4. The ball is dropped. It is an incomplete forward pass intended for the tight end, Antoine Harris, dragging across the middle. And so the Colorado Buffaloes will take over the football and have very good field position.
Still, you can't fault Paul Hackett for that. A punt really doesn't help him that much. The field goal would have been 51 yards, so he goes to an ace formation. Nobody in the backfield but Palmer. 3-step drop, high percentage pass, and the ball is right there and should have been caught. You're going with a hot hand, Keith. He was 4 for 4 on the drive.
Hit him right in the hands. Right in the hands. You got to just force yourself to catch it.
It was the correct call. Just poor execution by the receiver.
34-yard line. 1st down for the Buffaloes now with a chance to do something as Houston looks for the sidelines. And he's got some of it. He's got 6 yards on the carry when it looked like they had him pinned. Chevrolet player of the game. Each team Chevrolet $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund as we close out this game. Time remaining is 4:21. 14-14 tie. 2nd down, you're going to give him 7 yards on that carry. So young Houston does his job, gives him 7 yards on the 1st down play. Here he goes again. Penalty flag across the field. He's going to have a couple of yards on that carry, but let's see about the call.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
So the Buffaloes, breaking concentration a little, hurt themselves. Here's Todd.
Well, Keith, earlier in the week, we talked to Paul Hackett and asked him how good this defense really was. He wasn't sure, but he's going to find out tonight. Lonnie Ford is out for the rest of the game, as is Chris Richard, so he's going to have to go the rest of the way without those 2 starters. Keith?
Right. Here comes Javon Green back on the field now for the Buffaloes. He's their big wide receiver. They're looking now at 2nd down and 8. Ball is on the 36-yard line. Pesavento has come into the ball game and injected new life into that Colorado offense. It bogged down a little bit with Zach Colvin doing the work in the first half. Trojans show blitz. Here comes Steele. Can't get through. Ball thrown to the sidelines. Complete to Green. Green's got a first down. Javon Green got away from the tackle of Chris Cash. So that one cornerback position has been a problem tonight against the big Colorado receivers.
It's a nice route run by Cash, though. He did a great sprint, push off, stop, and come back. Watch the top of your screen. Push him off, stop, come back for the ball, and then spin for the extra yardage. Actually, that's Javon Green.
Ball is on the 47 for the first down. Give it to Houston again, and they're finding some daylight now in the Trojan defense. As again, Marcus Houston gives them a big gain on the first down play, 6 yards.
So you've got Houston going pretty well now. You've got the mismatch with the tall receivers working against the short corners. Right now, it's all down to play calling. And then the execution. Pesavento looks like he's starting to find his rhythm now. Remember, he was sacked twice on the last series that he had the ball, but he's more confident right now.
And it's Colorado with a chance to win this football game right now. 3:43 to play in it. Go back to Houston. Houston running, pounding, gets away for the first down. Inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Polamalu could not get him down.
Fatigue now becoming a factor. You've got a Butkus Award candidate in Zeke Moreno. He actually slides down the line and has a shot at Houston, but didn't make the play. This is a big, strong kid. Now watch number 9. See him in perfect position to make the play, but then he runs away from him. And when he lunges, he just grabs air. Won't see Moreno do that very often, where he lunges for a ball carrier.
First down from the 38-yard line of Southern California. Cormier, the man in motion. Pesavento back real quickly. Pass is caught by Green, Javon Green. So they're just nibbling and nickel and diming their way down the field and getting some great running from Houston at 3:10 to play in the ball game. In a 14-14 tie, they're within field goal range after, if they get one more first down, there's no question.
And Keith, Colorado right now doing the little things properly. Remember before the half, Green ran out of bounds twice to stop the clock. This time he tried to stay inbounds to keep the clock running.
Second down, short 3. Houston. And that's a first down. That's a first down. He's going to be at the 26-yard line. So it'll be first down Colorado. Knocking on the door now. 3:03 to play in the game.
Just knocks me off my feet to think that a young guy like that, just a pup right out of high school, can come in with all these superstars in this environment and take over a ball game. Look at this. Wow. 99 yards in the second half for Marcus Houston.
Go ahead and build that law building over there. They need it.
Uh-oh, ball's loose.
Fumble. Hold your breath, Trojans. Hold your breath, Buffalo. Colorado ball. On it, Marcus Houston. Boy, he's got his fingerprints all over this football game.
He is in complete control. Just a bad exchange. Pesavento pulled away early. Ball slapped off his hands, and then here comes a heads-up play by 21. And not only that, but he wrestled it away.
Yeah, he had to fight for it. And he took it away, I think, from Abdul Shahid. Second down and 9. Houston. You don't get him down on the first hit, do you? Ohaleti, number 31, came up from the secondary and finally got him.
Well, you don't get him down on the first hit, and even when he takes a real good lick like he did at the end of that play, he just pops back up. Very durable young guy.
Third down and 6 now. We are at 1:45 to play in the ball game. And you see the football resting at the 23-yard line.
Pesavento very aware of what that clock is doing. He's going over to tell the referee, I want to get that clock down to the very end here. Let that 25-second play clock melt down to about 3 or 4 before you stop it. Timeout there.
So he's managing the ball game very well. Colorado's clock management all night long has been very good. 1:21 to play. Questions, we've got answers. And Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. 1:21 is all the time remaining. 14-14. The 4th time ever these teams have met. Mike Garrett was a star in that 64 game as well, and went on to win the Heisman in 65. Now the athletic director in Southern California. 3rd down and 6 for Colorado. The pass is incomplete, thrown into the ground.
Mariscal will come on. He's 0 for 1 tonight, Keith. Last week he was 1 for 3.
He is a sophomore from Tallahassee, Florida. He made one from 36 last week. Tonight he missed from 28. A crowd of 65,153 watching.
He'll have to jump on this one. What is it, 41 yards?
40 yards. 40-yard try. Snaps inside and low. The kick is plenty long, and he missed it. Hooked it left. Hannafin snap went inside a little bit to Minardi. He got it back down, looked like all right, but in the meantime, he hooked the kick to the left.
Just have to believe that his confidence was shaky. 1 for 3 last week, 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the hold. Snap was a little bit low. Hold is down in time. Boy, he got plenty of leg in it.
Oh, yeah, he knocked it a mile.
He did. He was just off, though. Watch this. And hit it straight.
Yep.
Just pulled it.
And the coach's reaction. Threat. The Trojans come up. Kelly to the outside. Penalty flag. And Kareem Kelly knocked out just short of the first down marker. But there's a penalty flag back over here on the 20-yard line. Both kickers tonight are 0 for 2. So special teams have not really covered themselves with a whole lot of glory. At least the kicking bunch haven't. But it's only the second game for both. Penalties against Southern California.
Had that shot of Barnett. You know, his heart had to just go in his throat. He managed the clock so well. His play calling got it all down there where he had a chance to put 3 more on the board and possibly go away with a win.
Illegal shift on the offense. 5-yard penalty, previous spot. Repeat first down.
Time remaining is 1:07. Southern California with 2 timeouts. 2.
Palmer tonight, Keith, 19 of 24 for 287 yards. He's got tremendous, or 204 yards rather, but he's got tremendous speed outside. They ought to just turn him loose right now. Got him.
That's Kelly for the short of the first down, though. He's up at the 29-yard line, close to the 30. And he's got to get out to the 32 to pick up the first down. So that 5-yard penalty hurt him some.
Stops the clock with 1:02 left. He got out of bounds. I'd do it again. He's got the hot hand. He's got the speedy receivers. Turn him loose. Let him work on those corners.
Get it down around the 25-yard line. He'd have a shot at a win.
This is not a confident secondary for the Buffaloes.
2nd down and 3. Oh, they're running. Sultan McCullough runs right into the traffic.
Crowd doesn't like that. I'm not sure about that call myself. Now they'll take a timeout.
They've got 1 remaining. So does Colorado. Well, at least overtime in college football is not sudden death.
It's exciting the way it is.
Yes.
Both teams get a shot.
Yep. Both teams get a possession of the 25. take a quick break right here at 55 seconds to play in the ball game regulation. We'll be back. Thrown out of bounds on the Colorado side of the field at the 46-yard line with 48 seconds to play.
Kelly's hurt. But again, he found his way. Actually, it wasn't hurt. He's just putting his shoe back on. You watch how late Kelly looks for this ball because Palmer puts it out there. He sees the soft spot in the zone. Now watch, Kelly's head, he's just kind of sitting out there and at the last minute turns and sees the ball right on top of him. The ball is perfectly thrown. Watch this, Keith. It's almost like it surprises him. See his head? He turns around and the ball's there.
Got to get it in the chops if he didn't catch it.
Palmer has been red hot all night. And again, they stopped the clock with 48 seconds left, which is plenty of time.
On the Colorado 45-yard line. First down. Pressure coming. Steps away from it. Throws. The ball is caught. And the receiver goes down, McKenzie, along the 40-yard line. So there's a short gain on the play by falling and losing his balance as he turned to make the catch. He lost about 5 yards there.
And lost a lot of time on the clock as it continues to go.
Now he spikes it. Now you've got 28 seconds. 28 seconds. If they can get the ball down to the 25-yard line, they'd have a fair chance at a field goal.
Well, and they've got to be a curator of the clocks now. I mean, they've got to sit there in that 28 seconds. They've got to get that ball down where they feel like their guy, Newberry, has a chance at making this. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He missed at 30. He missed at 45 yards.
Well, the best he can do is 2 plays of any particular size.
Of any size, yeah. I don't know.
You're looking at 3rd down and 5. Obviously, you got to get your first down.
That's critical. Critical.
And the play clock shows 0.
They didn't reset it. That ball should have. The clock was stopped because of the clock play when he threw the ball into the ground. Play clock should have been reset. I don't think they ever reset it.
Timeout. University of Southern California. 3rd and final timeout.
Oh, I don't know what the deal is there. For 2 tonight, 30 and 45 yards.
Tomorrow, the Senior PGA Tours will be in Indiana for the Comfort Classic at the Brickyard. Gil Morgan, Dr. Gill, is 13 under, a 1-shot lead after the 2nd round of play. And Hubert's there. That's tomorrow live at 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific on ABC. Well, it got a little raggedy down toward the end of it as Florida State has gone back to the lead over Georgia Tech in the 4th quarter at 19-15. But the most stunning upset of all today, I think, without question, is South Carolina's trouncing of Georgia.
Lou Holtz, the old fox.
So Southern California now with no timeouts remaining, 28 seconds remaining on the clock. They need a 3rd down and 5 to keep the football. They lost their security blanket when they lost that timeout. 3rd and 5. It goes to the sidelines for Kelly. He's got the catch down at the 22-yard line, out of bounds, 23 seconds to play, first down.
I don't know how he kept his feet in bounds. They had him bracketed, double teamed. They had him locked against the sideline, and somehow he still made the catch and got his feet down. Again, you've got a quarterback with a hot hand, but watch this catch. And let's watch his feet. They got double coverage on him. He brings it down. All you need is 1 foot in college football. That is a magnificent catch and terrific body control.
Palmer will put it in the air again to the sidelines. It goes to Kerry Colbert. And he makes the catch and goes out of bounds. And they used very little off the clock. You've still got 20 seconds remaining. This is what Kareem Kelly has done today. Not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. And they had 7 receivers, 7 different guys touch the football from Palmer. So Palmer was concerned about how rusty he was against Penn State. He wanted to make up for it tonight. He's been red hot. 24-29.
2nd down. Buff show blitz. Coming hard. Balls away to the sideline. Pass complete again to Colbert. And a penalty flag. Kipper's a little hot right now. Frustration showing. 16 seconds to play.
I think this could be against Colorado if it is a personal foul. Wow.
Dead ball. Personal foul. On the defense, player is ejected. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Bedford Moore, I think, was the man ejected. So the Trojans have the football. They're right down in front of the goal post. 16 seconds to play. It is first down. Ball is sitting at the 6-yard line.
And that penalty might be a door slammer. Wow. .16 seconds left, and it's a first down. So Southern California now just all they have to do is finish it.
Well, you run a play or just go ahead and kick it?
I wouldn't waste any more time. I'd go ahead and put the kicker on the field now. I'd get the 3 points on the board.
Then you give Colorado 10 seconds, roughly.
Well, if it's blocked and you get it back, you have a chance to kick another field goal.
Well, that's right. Well, today's Chevrolet players of the game are Marcus Houston for Colorado and Carson Palmer for Southern California. Recognition of their efforts, Chevrolet making a $1,000 contribution to each University General Scholarship Fund. Marcus Houston, 25 carries, 150 yards. Carson Palmer, 25 of 30 for 275 yards and a touchdown. Well, the kicker, Newberry, is on the field. The game is resting on his foot. The snapper is Boscovich. The holder is Ohalete. And David Newberry from Corsicana, Texas. Extra fruitcake if you make this one. 24 yards. It's good. Joy on one side, heartbreak on the other. Total effort by both.
Tremendous confidence in this kick, too. Just stepped up. 0 for 2 tonight and drilled it right through the, I mean, split the sticks. Right down the middle.
Neither team with a timeout remaining, so Colorado's got 13 seconds to work with as Southern California will kick off, and here you see the frustration of almost complete loss.
If you're on the cover team now for Southern California, you have to watch for anything like a throwback or any kind of lateral play.
The field, it's squibbed, picked up by the Buffaloes. They're going to run around here and lateral the ball some. Better hurry up. Now he gets a block. Now he's going to throw it back, try to find somebody else to run with it a while, and around we go. And now the Trojans are going to bury him way back there, and this football game is over. There is a penalty flag thrown back on the other side of the field. So in the final melee of the moment, there is a flag to be contended with. Tom McMahon, the defensive secondary coach, is going into surgery for cancer next week. I want to wish him and his family the very best. He was on the sidelines. He was working tonight, but he goes in for a major moment in his life next week.
All our prayers are with him and his family.
So Paul Hackett and the Southern California Trojans pull out a tough one to win it 17-14. Penalty flag means nothing. Follow the road to the Bowl Championship Series at bcsfootball.com. 17, Southern California, 14, Colorado. And Southern California, with a week off, continues undefeated. This is a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence.